It's only you. It never does this when it's just me.
I can leave.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I got stuff to do. I can go.
Oh my God. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
By everybody, I know that nobody's watching yet, but that's okay because we're on a few minutes early.
Hi. Hi for the benefit.
You gotta mute the thing.
I did.
Mute the thing. It's
There.
And then if you accidentally
Hi, Alice. Somebody's already here.
Hi, Alice.
Lisa's yelling at me.
I have to fix Peggy's stuff because she doesn't know what she's doing. Okay.
What the hell did you just do?
I muted the entire site, so if you accidentally refresh or hit a new tab, it doesn't come back on again.
Because I'll do that, right?
You might, actually.
Okay, how do I unmute?
Hello, Lynette. Hello, Alice.
Hi. She's helping me with my stuff, and now it's all broken.
I'll fix it when we're all done, but only YouTube is muted. So if your game makes sound, you'll have to
I don't have... Everything's muted. I know
what good. Then I fixed it. It's extra.
You
didn't
fix
extra.
it. You didn't...
I did.
You broke it.
I did. I fixed it.
Hi. We're having a spat.
We're not.
Lisa's breaking my stuff.
She doesn't know how. She literally just...
It's been like 30 seconds.
Hello to Sis Dodling. Hi, Christie.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Satia. I'm going to open it over here, too.
You got it pointed down the hallway like you said you weren't going to do.
It's a wider view angle than I thought. We're just going to have to deal.
Things.
I think it's... You know what? It's just going to have to be the thing. Okay, hold on. We're in a slightly new location, so I'm trying to sort it out. Let's see if I can.
We're in a comfortable location is where we are.
Where we're not going to sink. Because
every time we try and do a video in the bed, when we're together, I don't know what's like...
Sink.
It's like we start going backwards.
It's bad.
It's kind of... I don't mind.
I don't mind sinking, but then we kind of disappear. Okay, I'm going to open up our thingy.
She's going to open up the thingy.
And if you pause that, like I do, and then pop out the chat, then we won't drain our internet.
Top chat. You fixed it by leaving me on top chat.
I didn't do that. That was already there. We are such an old married couple. Oh my God.
We are totally an old married couple.
It's just gonna...
Look, there's our bathroom.
Well, it's kind of dim. It's dark. It's fine.
It's good.
We could bring the camera in way closer. But then we're practically kissing the camera. Like, look, we could go... Whee!
I'm so pretty
Actually,
close
that's not
up.
so bad. That's not so bad. You are pretty close up.
Okay, I can laugh, but you're not supposed to laugh.
Hi, Sophia.
Okay,
We'll start a list actually in just a minute or two. We're just gonna chit chat for a few minutes.
I messed up the thing. Just give me a second.
Peggy's my list keeper.
I didn't bring anything to write a list with.
And she didn't prepare properly, so we can give her crap for that. Aw, thanks, Sis Darling. Hello.
God, this is bad because
hi, Satia. I don't think I've said hi to everybody yet. Hi, Michelle. I have to know where to look for comments, and it's like in several places, so I'm adjusting. But it's kind of nice that I can have my laptop here. Hi, Kimmy. I have my tea. I spiked it with moon water that I made last night, which sounds worse than it is. It's energetic eclipse water.
You were so hyper with that eclipse.
Oh my God, I was so moon drunk last night. I don't even know.
Is that what the word for it is?
Well, that's the word I used for it. I don't know if that's a real thing. Is moon drunk a real thing?
I know there's been a lot of people using that as a term.
Have they?
But I don't know if it's an actual term or if it's something people are saying.
There, I can angle it. Oh, did you shut the bathroom door so that we don't look like slobs?
Well, yeah.
Nice. I like it.
We look like we made an effort, guys.
Satia has a cat on her lap. Oh, that's nice.
Aw, I want a cat on my lap.
Do you have a thing for list keeping?
I have.
She has a pen.
I have a notebook that is this big, and I have a pencil.
We'll start the list.
I'm prepared, guys.
Soon. A couple things. We wanted to talk about a thing that was actually Peggy's brainchild, and I'm actually super excited about it.
Brainchild? You're making that sound way more fancy than what it was.
Well, anyways, in the Supportive Tarot Facebook group, if you are in the group, we're going to be starting
a cute notebook.
It's a very cute notebook. We're going to be starting a give one, get one reading study kind of thing where one of us, probably Peggy most of the time, what are you doing? She's like literally can't even work a pencil right now.
I can't.
Hi, Molly.
My pencil lead fell out and it's that big. I picked the broken pencil.
Hi, Ashley.
I picked the broken pencil. Hi, everybody who's coming in.
Anyway, so if you're in the group, we're going to be doing a thing where we post a topic, and then the idea is that the first person comments, and then the person below them says to that person, okay, this is so-and-so, I'm going to read for that person. I'm probably doing a really bad job of explaining, so it's going to be...
I can explain it, because I know what I want to do.
I should let Peggy explain it. But basically how it works out is that everybody...
You're going to explain it anyway.
I can't help myself! It's like you're asking me to stop talking.
You know what this is?
Hi, Keith.
We help each other, and by the time we're done helping each other, it's usually broken beyond all recognition.
It's so true.
We're one of those couples.
It's bad.
Okay.
Okay, you explain. I'll stop.
So basically a give one, get one reading thing. So first person puts their name down. Second person will put their name down and then say, yeah, I'm, blah, reading for blah. That way you can always keep track. Nobody gets skipped. And it's really that simple. If you want a reading, you have to give a reading in return. But the whole focus is for practice. So people who haven't done readings before, or if you have experience in one type of reading, but you want to practice with a different type of reading or a different deck.
With a different deck or a different layout
and
or
there's
whatever.
no expectation. So there's no expectation that you give these long, detailed, involved readings, and there's no...
Like, it can be a 1 card, it can be like a 10 card. It's whatever you're up for.
Yeah, and it's like, obviously because you're not... Nobody's trying to give professional level readings, so if the reading does not hit spot on, that's just the learning curve. Because if you've never given a reading before...
And all the readings will be in public.
So,
like, they'll be posted in the comments.
Yeah,
so it's not going to be a swap thing where you're waiting for somebody to deliver. It's going to be, like, right in the comments so that it's all accountable. And
so you're obligated to give a reading for the person whose name is before you. And the person who comes out after you is obligated to give you a reading. If you want to go gung-ho and give a reading for everybody on the list, that's fine. But only the person that you're obligated... only the person who gets your name is obligated to do one back. Just because you did a reading for somebody doesn't mean they have for somebody else. If you've decided to do 10 people, you don't get 10 readings. You only get the one reading that you're obligated to do.
Yeah. So I mean,
we're gonna put
it in writing. There'll be a document in the group. So once it's all refined, it'll be in writing, so it's less confusing because there's a lot of information we're kind of throwing at you guys right now.
Well, one of the things that we keep running across this is the other side of the coin. One of the things that we keep running across is that apparently. It's a big complaint in a lot of, and people can correct me if we've got, it's my idea, correct me if I've gotten the wrong idea, but it can end up being a problem that people are coming in and joining into these little circles and chains and getting the free reading and going, thanks, bye, and then everybody
like basically there's a lot of groups
we just want to create a system that makes it easier.
Yeah, there's a lot of groups that have reading swaps, and then if somebody doesn't deliver, and then it's like you try to keep a list of who the people are that aren't fulfilling their... It's just a big thing, but we want people to be able to practice because that's one of the things when you're new to tarot, or even if you're experienced and you just want people to practice with a particular deck that you're trying to connect with. It's one of the things I like about being able to come on here and do readings is I can pull out my deck of the week, try it out, see how it reads for me for just a variety of questions. Put it through its paces. So whether you're experienced doing that or you're just new and you want to explore.
There's a whole lot of reasons why people would want to participate, but it's my understanding that there's also some pretty significant reasons why people get soured on it really quick.
Yeah.
And I think once we tweak it, it'll be really easy to track. And that way, any problems that happen, we can deal with them as they happen without it turning into a big, giant mess.
Yeah.
And honestly, if it ends up not working out, we wouldn't continue it, but I think we could make it work.
Oh, thanks, Ashley.
like button. We're wonderful and amazing. Hit the like button.
So, anyways, that's something that's coming. That's something that's coming up in this.
I'm probably gonna write a short post about it soon.
I give up.
You love me. Don't worry about it.
That's something that's going to be happening in the Supportive Tarot Facebook group. Just so you know what we're talking about. Some of us are just joining, and I just want to make sure we're. Yeah,
Supportive Tarot, yes.
Yes.
On Facebook.
On Facebook.
On Facebook. Facebook Supportive Tarot.
Say Facebook again.
Facebook.
Say Facebook again.
Facebook.
Say Facebook again.
You know I'm just going to say it in more problematic ways until you give up. Okay.
Anyways, I hope you guys are all having a really good day. I am working with this week the Fairy Tale Tarot. Have any of you guys seen this one from Baba's Studio? I'm sure some of you have.
Show the back. It's pretty too.
Oh yeah, I will show the back. That's a good idea. Peggy has good ideas. That's the backing. I haven't edged this one because it's a Baba Studio deck, and I'm basically scared to. Because it's out of print, and it's, yeah,
you may not want to touch that one.
Peggy never wants me to touch my out of print ones. I'm totally trimming an out of print one later, though. Fart. That's all Jezebel's here for. Hi, Fairy. Don't show me another deck. It's okay, Ashley. You can't get this one. That might be worse. Sorry.
Well, now you sound like a snob.
I didn't mean to sound that way. I did sound like a snob. No,
nanner, you can't have it.
I was trying to say I'm not gonna like corrupt. I'm gonna be trimming the original Mythic, Christie, but that was
Yes,
coming back
actually,
in
she
print.
is a brat.
It's coming back in print, I think, at the end of this year or early next year.
You hope so. You don't.
No, for sure it is. Yeah,
okay.
I know it is.
Yeah.
But anyways, I would trim it anyways because its borders are gigantic. Just like a little girl. I'm the worst.
So everybody have fun on. I keep saying fun. I know it's not the same as like Christmas or something like that, but apparently some people did some really cool rituals.
Yeah,
and
for the supermoon.
cool rituals, taking really cool
moon.
photos, and apparently a lot of people had a lot of really cool plans for last night. Everybody have their plans work out the way they wanted them to.
Some people had rain.
Well,
I think Christie had rain. I couldn't see it.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh, Christie, I'm sad. I got a pencil.
Real Simple Earth Jada missed it. Aw.
Yeah, I know. I know there's some people were saying they missed it, and I know a lot of people. There was a lot of cool photos I saw today.
Yeah.
In a couple of different groups. Yeah, some people shared them into our group.
Oh, I saw that one. That was a really good photo.
I keep saying our group because you were stupid enough to make me an admin in there.
But you help out. Like you're totally posting topics and stuff. Clouds. Clouds stink. No clouds on eclipse days. That should be like a rule. That's what I think. Because I can boss nature around, right?
Okay, but you can say that because you got a clear sky last night. But I think there was only been one lunar eclipse since coming out here. So in the last 12 years, I think that's the first lunar eclipse that you were actually able to see.
That's right.
So
that's why I sympathize with people who couldn't see them in the clouds.
Sun's in the back going, yeah.
Saw the normal white full moon before it was red. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was super bright though. Just the regular full moon was super bright. It was cold. Oh, yeah, we've had a really mild winter here in the Vancouver area.
Yeah, I know you guys
haven't even had any snow, not even like a sprinkling.
Whoa, now you're showing off again.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, it was lucky.
There is extreme cold.
It was lucky for us.
There are extreme cold warnings going on. There's a couple of areas, and I forget where they are, that it's minus 45 right now.
And that's why I'm not in those places. That's
okay,
why I'm
don't
here.
Brag. Don't brag. They will come here just to hurt us.
No, nobody wants to hurt us. People like us.
I think if you're going to brag about how warm it was today here,
they're not
going to like you anymore.
I'm just sharing. We're ridiculous. Fell asleep before it turned red. Oh.
Yeah, you guys can ask questions in a minute. We're
going to start a list. So just for anybody who's new to my live reading, live chats, how it works is that I will ask you guys to put a whole bunch. I didn't put in the description box this time. I'll ask you guys to start putting up one of these sort of posts where it's just a whole bunch of little asterisks like that.
Yeah.
And then, wait. Let me just say this part. And then, once we've got you added to the list, when it's your turn, we'll ask for your question. And when you type your question, please put it in all caps or at Supportive Tarot and then type it so that I will see it for sure. It just makes things a lot easier. But we'll start the list with Christie, who's the first person up with her stars. And then we'll build the list here for a few minutes, and then I will start doing readings. And then we have Sophia next after that. And then we have O. O is O's name. I like it. Oh, we've got a bunch. Okay, and then Satia.
My pencil
and then
just
Kimmy
broke.
G. Why are you using a pencil?
I have, because that's all I could find.
Peggy's supposed to do the list. She has one job. One job, and she brings over a pencil and no lead.
That was the first one. Just.
How many names do you have? Oh, no, after O is Satia, and then Kimmy G. Kimmy with a Y. And then Tamara. We'll see how the Fairy Tale Tarot does for me today.
Okay, where was it after Tamara?
Alice down the rabbit hole.
Alice down the rabbit hole.
So another little heads up, my readings tend to be somewhat grounded in the now, kind of where you're at in this moment and where you're headed, Lynette with a Y. And then, what else? Good disclaimers. I'm not a therapist, a doctor, a lawyer. I don't prescribe or, diagnose illnesses or pregnancies or that kind of thing. And I can read around the energy around a situation. I don't like to tell you how other people feel, although sometimes there's some gray area there and it sometimes gets in there somehow, but I try to focus mostly on how you're affected by things. Oh, you're so welcome, Groon. Groon-ool. I call you Groon-ool, and I don't think that's even how you say it, and I just watched one of your videos today, and you said it beautifully, and could I remember how you said it?
Oh.
No.
I'm bad for pronunciations in this case. Okay.
It's really pretty, though. Like, I really like how it's said. I'm just really bad at saying it.
Okay.
All right, so we're last one up with asterisk. So how many people are on the list now? I've got 8.
I've got 8 people on the list right now.
Okay, so we can probably do...
That's about it. Well, how long? What kind of readings are you doing? How long do you think that's going to take?
I usually do somewhere in the range of 10-ish in an hour, I think.
Okay, so
we've got a couple more spots.
We'll get a couple more spots for right this minute, and then we'll hold... We'll stop there until those are done, and then we'll see what the time's like, and then add a few more near the...
That's smart. Yeah, so if anybody's still around and I've got time, yeah.
I always hate getting people's names down and then going, okay, we have to stop now, and the other 10 people who waited just get screwed over.
So the only other thing I'll say about the way that I read, which you'll probably notice, is that I tend to throw a lot of information at you, and I kind of just go. Peggy's making the hand talking. That's what I do. This is rewatchable. I don't delete these lives after, so you could always come back and rewatch. And if anything's not clear, leave a comment after. If anything's not clear while I'm talking, please feel free to tell me. Just type it in all caps or at me so that I can see it. And yeah, I think that's about all my usual disclaimers. I have Christie's question, so I am gonna.
Oh, Christie's already put her question down?
Will this year bring me some good luck? You're allowed to talk while I'm shuffling.
I usually say bad things about you, though, and it's distracting.
That might break my focus. You're right.
Break the focus. Break the focus.
One last cut here, and we'll see where you're at, Christie. The Page of Swords is the first card that I got for you. Which is interesting, because the first thing that I'm thinking of with this one, I have to look at it up close, because my eyeballs are not great. Oh, interesting. Okay, I just got the Knight of Swords too. So what is up with you and like throwing all of this information at yourself? I kind of feel like you've overloaded yourself a bit. Like things you want to accomplish or goals you're trying to attain. I can actually hold cards up for you here. I definitely feel I have to hold them up in front of Peggy's face. Look, no Peggy. I'm not used to having you on here. I get to just block her out whenever I do a reading. This is kind of amazing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Christie. I am here. I'm here for you.
Yell at you from across the room.
No, it's okay. So I'm literally getting this feeling of mental overwhelm, actually. You lack enthusiasm. That's really interesting. And I'm getting what I'm feeling from both the Page and the Knight of Swords, though, here is that there's a mental overload. There's so much weighing on your mind that you can't almost see through the clutter. There's just a bit of thickness there. And typically, I would see the Knight of Swords as somebody who's rushing ahead and just getting into all of these things without thinking. But I almost feel like the overload of this is causing you to just, like, hit a brick wall. I just want to pull some more here and see. So I pulled the 7 of Wands here. The story here is the wolf and the 7 little kids. And it's very much about standing your ground and also being in a place where you're feeling somewhat defensive or protective of yourself. As if there's just been a lot of stuff just kind of coming at you and you just are at a point where you're like, no, I'm just shutting the door. Like, I don't want any of this crap. But the result is that you kind of spun it all around on yourself. And I feel like there's, yes.
Can I interrupt?
In a second, because you'll mess up my flow. Just one sec.
Okay.
Sorry. I just have to get this all out of my head before.
Fair
but
enough.
hold your thought.
No,
so basically, the strong feeling that I'm getting is that essentially there's this, you're turning that energy around on yourself to the point where, you know what? You know how if you get like imagine like a swirling ball of energy and you try to stuff it into a very small container? That's kind of what I feel like. Because you're walled off a little bit right now, you've got all this stuff swirling and you're squeezing it into a tight space. Does that make sense? And what were you going to say? Because I want you to be able to...
Well, the Knight of Swords here is generally about dynamic action. And sometimes dynamic action is a thing that we think we're supposed to be doing. So if you're overwhelmed, oh, I'm so overwhelmed, I should be getting this done. I should be engaging in all this dynamic action to sort it out. And that actually adds to your sense of being overwhelmed. If it's like, if you're overwhelmed, where do you direct this dynamic action? So then you get, that's a double whammy. That's just kind of something that I kind of got from that card, but
yeah,
it's all context when it comes to that card.
Yeah, like both of these I usually see as action-related cards, so that totally makes sense. And that matches with what I was saying about the swirling ball of energy being stuffed into a tight place. There's this stuckness that's happening as a result. But I also do feel like you need to address the whole how much is on your plate right now from a goals perspective or things you're hoping to accomplish perspective, I would definitely take a quick look at that and see if you've got too much and where can you pare things back and take some of that pressure off of yourself. That makes sense with what you were saying too?
Well, yeah. I mean, because if you got 10 things happening and you think you're supposed to be going, and getting it all at once, then where do you give yourself the space to sit back and decide?
And actually absorb
one
things.
at a time, and figure out which one matters the most. Or sometimes it's the opposite. Figure out which ones matter the least. Get rid of your smaller problems so that you have the resources to deal with that big one. Because you're already avoiding the big one.
The last card that I pulled for you, Christy, is the 5 of Cups. And I got hit with a really strong feeling. I'll hold this up. I got hit with a really strong feeling as soon as I pulled this up that there is specifically an emotion that you're not addressing right now. That you've kind of gone like, I'll deal with that later. It's really uncomfortable. I don't want to look at it right now. I don't want to process it right now. There's a feeling you haven't allowed yourself to feel that you need to let in. And it may be that you need to let that in within a controlled context, some way to explore, whether it's journaling or something like that. But there is an opportunity here for processing an emotion that you have been pushing away and not handling. And I really feel like that's part of where this blockage is coming from. And I do think it's related to what's got you feeling walled off. So you felt like really beat down by some stuff. And that, as a result, has made it so that you're not really processing this emotion. So there could be some, usually when this comes up for people, it's negative emotion. So it's like anger, it's grief, it's disappointment, it's those difficult or uncomfortable emotions that we're not addressing or processing. And this is very much saying that that's part of what you need to do. You're not going to find your luck or your light in the new year until you start processing some of the stuff that you've pushed away. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Self-loathing.
Oh,
that's tough. Especially when you're beating yourself up for shit that's probably not your responsibility. Or that where it is, you've added all this other responsibility on top of it that may or may not be yours to carry. And sometimes people do that, right? We take on other people's stuff, or we beat ourselves up for what other people do to us, which, isn't that a freaking trap? That is bullshit. Why do we do that to ourselves?
Well, yeah, we can like go, oh, this went wrong, so it proves that I'm a piece of crap.
Yeah.
It's like, this went wrong because it went wrong, because it could have gone wrong for anybody, but
it went wrong for me.
Lord knows that because it happened to me, it means I'm a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Because we don't have
normal.
We don't have it's hard to have that scale. You can have that scale for somebody else, and you go, no, it's okay. Things go wrong. It's normal. It happens. And then when the exact same thing happens to you, and you go, oh my God, this is horrible.
If it was your best friend, it'd be so easy to navigate. But because it's you, it's like we treat ourselves very differently than we treat the people we care about. You know what I mean?
Meditate a little bit on the idea of what would you be doing if this was happening to somebody else. Whatever it is that's making you feel this way, what would I tell somebody else?
Yeah, that really helps.
Focus on that a little bit.
It's good advice.
Yeah, you're good at helping others feel good, but I treat myself like crap. That is so common.
It is.
It is a very difficult. And the better you are at helping other people, it seems to be the worse you are at helping yourself.
It's very, very true.
But if you just play this little mental exercise with you, that imagine a person sitting in front of you telling you what you've been telling yourself, what would you tell them?
Yeah.
And just remember that that's equally valid for you.
So true. So true.
I'm helping.
And you're very welcome. And you're a good helper.
Okay.
She's a good helper.
I'm helping by not calling you names this time.
She's been kind of nice to me so far.
I'm kind of nice for a change.
I just realized that when I'm filming out here, my eyes have a color. They don't have a color when I film in the bedroom. But, random things.
Do you leave your soul out here when you go in there? I don't know.
No! Oh my God, do I leave my soul out here? What the heck? Oh.
Yeah, relating.
Relatable.
I can almost tell you, the minute you said self-loathing, I think you related to half the people watching right now, because that is the thing that most...
Yeah.
We all struggle with self-loathing on some level.
We love you too, Christie.
Love you too, Christie.
Who is next on my list?
Sophia is next.
Sophia?
Actually, you're doing a lot.
You want to hit me with your question?
And if you could type it in all caps, please, so it's easier for us to
Or at me. The chat's not too fast right now.
Go.
Here we go. Why didn't the guy didn't respond to my message when he was the one who messaged me first? I'm really confused. Ghosting, huh?
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at your question. My pencil just broke again.
Go get a freaking pen.
I'm going to let Lisa do this, because that's what... She doesn't need my help for this while I go find a pen.
So, Sophia, the first thing I pulled was temperance. And the first thing that popped into my head was somebody who is... Hi, Wiley. Thank you. Welcome. The first thing that popped into my head, Sophie, was that something is out of balance. And I get the impression... Sorry, let me hold up the card. I'm doing this thing where I've only got it in front of me, and I'm in a new filming area, so I'm trying to get used to the setup. But this is the temperance card. And the story that this card is based on is called Water and Salt, and it's basically... I'll tell you the story because this one is actually really memorable for me. A king has a few daughters and asks what they will give him, like to prove their love or whatever. I'm probably telling this all wrong.
I have a pen.
Good job, babe.
Okay.
So anyways, he asks them what they want to give him, to show, what they would give him to show that they love him. And the eldest two daughters, like, you know, say something really grand and extravagant. And then the youngest daughter's like, I would give you water and salt. And he's like, what? You must not love me very much, kind of thing. And long story short, he has a meal where there's no water and no salt. And he kind of recognizes that, oh, those very, very basic things are still really, really important. And I know I'm kind of on a bit of a tangent down here, but because of that story, the first thing that popped into my head here was that there's really a need to communicate in a more basic way. And I almost feel like this is somebody who got a little bit overwhelmed. Perhaps things felt a little bit intense. Could be that the message itself came across to them as intense. And I want to balance that out by saying that people have a tendency to, with him, oh yeah, it's more a perception thing, Sophie. So hopefully this is starting to make sense. Basically, everything that we do when we communicate is viewed through a filter, right? So the filter that he viewed that communication through felt to him, at least that's what I'm getting from this, to be out of balance. Maybe, like I said, a little bit more intense than he was ready for. Maybe something about it struck him in a way that, but you can't control any of that stuff. And I want to sort of preface this by saying that, like, you can't control how somebody's going to receive what you put out.
Yeah.
Give him a bit of attitude because I was a bit mad at him. Okay, well, there's the intensity. So yeah, that's gonna, and the thing is that all you can do is...
Honestly, when you're still in the getting to know you phase, everybody gets to know other people at their own pace.
That's very, very true.
So you like him, you want to know, you want to get together with him, you want this to happen fast, and maybe he's not so sure. He's still thinking about things, and he doesn't want to go as fast. He wants to get to know you first.
I do think in this,
take your time.
Yeah, I do think in this particular case that it's probably a done deal. We'll have to see if you hear back from him, but I did pull the death card, which tells me there's probably a close to that communication, at least a close to that conversation. You know how in Messenger, this is a very casual way to look at a card like death, but you know how in like a Messenger program, you can close a conversation and maybe even delete that conversation, but then you can start a new one. If there's going to be any further communication, it's going to be in a new context like that, or it's going to be in a new message chain or a new email chain, that sort of thing. So that's kind of what I get from this, like a new set of communication. If there's going, oh, perfect, you're going to talk to him in person. I was like, so the current conversation, consider that at a close, and try to come at the next conversation from a fresh place and not to pull too much of this out of balance energy with you.
And maybe even just apologize for the mood. Sorry, I was in a mood. Let's start over. Just keep it really simple. Sorry.
That's okay. Again. So hopefully that made sense.
I didn't mean to.
No, that's all right. So hopefully that made sense. Do you think he'll be good with me?
There's no way to.
Yeah,
no way
basically.
That's predictive. It's really hard to predict.
Basically, the cards right now are just kind of saying that where it's at is already done. So what happened is over at this stage, and all you can really do is start fresh with the next conversation. Yeah, I know. You're just going to have to take it as it comes, but that's about all we're going to get from you on this, from the cards on this particular one, because it's kind of saying, yep, this is what happened, and this one's done. Start fresh. Go from there. Try not to carry over too much stuff from the previous conversation. Yeah. Hopefully that helped.
Okay, next is O.
Oh, hit me with your question. All caps, please, if you could.
Yes.
Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes I have, like, a picture in my head, and I have to, like, kind of go with
I know.
it. Yeah.
I know. Hi, Sadiq.
When? I can't really do timing, I can tell you what the energy is around that particular connection, though. I can say, like, I can kind of come at the cards, the perspective, again, because I'm not very predictive around timing and things. I kind of read what's around you, what your situation looks like, that sort of thing. You're welcome, Sophie. Sophia? Sophia. I can't see because my eyeballs
Sophia
are not good. So yeah, I'll read around sort of the, yeah, perfect. Okay, good. You know where I'm coming from.
Hi everybody who's just come in.
Okay. So for those of you just joining, I'm reading with the Fairy Tale Tarot. I think there's a couple spots open on the list if you want to.
I've got two more right now. And then at the end of the hour, we'll decide whether or not there's time to do more.
Yes. We're going to try to do for sure the 10 that we've got now. I think I should be able to do that.
So if there's two more people that want to get added, sorry to make it a bit of a contest, but we're just making sure that we keep track of the timing.
Okay. Twin Flame.
How are you liking the cards so far, Lisa?
They're good. They're good. I want to know the stories even better. I've read the guidebook. I've got a few pages that I haven't read yet, but most of the guidebook I've read. I think it would be helpful when I know the stories more intimately.
Yes, Melissa, I'll add you.
Yeah. Okay, so Twin Flame for O. Let's see what comes up.
And all-weather tarot books. That's 10, guys. So once we know where we're at, once we hit 10, we'll let you know whether or not there's time for a few more later in a bit. I can't even talk right now.
Can't make this up. First card I pulled was the Lovers, which to me is a very positive sign, since it's a relationship question related to your twin flame, which is nice. And I'm just going to leave it there for now. The next card that comes up, though, is Two of Wands. And there's a few things that catch my attention about this card right off the bat. The first thing is that there is a bit of a, this is actually a story. This is the Billy Goat's Gruff, right? Yeah, this is the Billy Goat's Gruff. This is a story about the crossing of a bridge. And that's the piece that's actually popping into my head the most right now, is this piece about crossing through a gateway or crossing over a bridge or sort of a piece of travel. And I get the idea that this is not a physical travel, but more of a spiritual or personal growth style of travel. In other words, I feel like there's a stage you two have not passed through yet. I don't know if that makes sense. It's almost as if there's like a pause in your journey and a pause in your connection to see where that gateway is going to lead. I'm going to be pulling another card, but that's kind of where I'm at right off the bat. Oh, just so you kind of know where we're coming at this from. And I get the Little Red Riding Hood, and this is the Five of Swords. And again, I'm still thinking about travel. And now this feels more physical. So the initial one felt like there was a stage you haven't quite gotten through yet. And now I feel like there's actual travel, almost like somebody's been moving or has been...
Hold on. Sorry, hold your questions, and once it's your turn, we'll get you to...
Yeah, we'll ask for questions when it's...
Yeah, we'll ask for questions later.
List is currently on hold because it's full for now.
Yeah, we got everybody. All Weather Tarot and Books is the last. You are the number 10 on the list, so we'll get your reading, but we'll have to get to you in turn.
You're in different states, yeah. So in order for you to, and I really feel like kind of what that's saying to me is that in order to get to that next stage of connection or of deepening that relationship, there is going to need to be a physical movement that happens. So one of you will have to go to the other one, or you'll have to meet part way. But at some point there needs to be an in-person connection to add to what's been happening. And I have a feeling you're not going to quite be able to cross this bridge, which I'm feeling here in the relationship, until you've taken that step. So it doesn't mean that things aren't good where they are now. It's more that this is saying that you can't take it further until you get to that place. So the connection is real. That's what I get here when I pull the Lovers right away. It's like, okay, yeah, you're not imagining this. This is a real connection. But this is definitely telling me that you're at a bit of a pause until you can work out that next step and have a chance to spend some in-person time together. So I hope that helps a little bit on where you're at. It doesn't give me a timeline, but it definitely tells me that there's a real connection and that there is a process in moving it forward. So try to be patient with it, because I feel like there's definitely progress that's going to be made. And it may just take a little bit longer than you were originally thinking. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Who did we have up?
We have Satia.
I think she might. Oh, I think she's starting to type her question. You are welcome. Oh. My cards are jumping all over the place. Four of Cups. So, stability of emotions. I think that's still O. Yeah, that's kind of echoing that sort of stasis that I was feeling. Yeah. I know these ones are very floppy.
She's beating it.
I will say, you guys, the card stock, if you're curious about this deck, it feels so thin. but like it's very flexible. Like it doesn't crease or anything. So I mean, it's fine. I think I'm used to thicker cards.
We are looking for Satia.
Yeah, we need your question when you get a chance.
Yeah, question in all caps, please. In the meantime, I can say horrible things to my wife to amuse us all. How I roll. I'm just scrolling up and make sure I have her name right, and then I'm calling
Satia Emerging.
Satia Emerging.
Yeah,
yes.
She started to type, so I think she had entered too soon and is retyping.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what I think is possibly happening.
We've only got the first part.
Does everybody have something nice to drink? I have a tea. It's called, what is it called? Buddha? I forget now. It's like a florally, it tastes like peach.
You don't need to say sorry, Wiley. That was funny. So if I say fart, do I get in?
I saw that. I slurp my tea, I'm sorry. I do, because it's hot, and if I don't slurp it, then it's too hot, and I burn my face.
Let it cool down first.
No, I'm thirsty now.
That's not my problem. Now you're doing it on purpose.
I'm the worst.
Don't forget to like...
Mine's
amazing, and it's the right temperature, and I'm not slurping like an animal.
I'm not slurping like an animal. I'm
you just
slurping
did.
Like a
she
human.
slurped like an animal.
I slurped like a human.
Don't forget to like, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Facebook
You're such a
page.
good chill. I love you.
And for... Are we still waiting for Satia? Oh, Satia's question just popped up. I have to shut up and let Lisa get to work now.
It disappeared after I typed it. Phone is acting up. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Okay. I'd like to know what is. So maybe just throw a couple more words in here.
Okay, Satia, how about you deal with your phone? We'll let Kimmy go next. Kimmy G, if she's ready to ask her question, and then we'll catch you next. If that might work better, because I don't want your phone. I don't want you to get frustrated trying to hurry. And by the time Kimmy G's reading is done, hopefully we can get that sorted out for you. You can get that sorted out for you.
Will I grow artistically, and in what area? Will I grow artistically, and in what area?
Okay, so and Satia, type your question as soon as you're ready, and
Peggy will write it down.
I'll write it down, or I'll track it and make sure that it doesn't get missed once it's been sent through.
Okay, so Kimmy.
Will I grow artistically? Will I learn to speak English?
No.
Like a native speaker. Oh my God, I hate. We call this verbal illiteracy around the house here.
Aw, I'm glad you made it, Sandy.
Thingamabob.
It will not distract or bother me if people are chatting in the chat. By the way, just so you guys know, like I'm not. That doesn't weird me out.
Yeah, Lisa's Ivana. Lisa's chat. Lisa's her list is full right now. So if you're still here when we're through the list and open it up for another round, then you can get in, but you will have to wait. And just remember that we're going to be launching a give a reading, get a reading for anybody who's willing to give a reading. They can get one over on Lisa's Facebook page, Supportive Tarot Facebook page.
Facebook group.
Facebook group.
It'll happen in the group because I have a page and a group.
Oh, you gotta sort that out.
No, I don't. I have exactly what I want.
Okay.
You just need to be clear.
So that's something that we're working on and maybe happening soon for people who...
Oh my goodness. Somebody jumped right out. The 9 of Coins. To me, this is very much a settling in, comfortable, finding your groove kind of a card. So that's the first thing that pops out at me for you, Kimmy. And I mean, it literally popped out like it refused to go back in the deck. So it was pretty insistent. And I feel like that definitely speaks to artistic growth for sure. I'm going to look into like what area.
Satia's question is up. So we'll just, once this is done, we'll just let you know that we're moving to yours, Satia, and just keep going.
Hi, Pepper Jackie. Anyways.
Hi, guys. Everybody who's just come in in the last little bit, hello.
Wheel of Fortune. Fortune and the Woodcutter. There's a part of me that wants to go super literal on this and be like, you're going to be carving and crap. But not and crap. I just said and crap. See, this is what you do to me when you're in here. Like, you're
I can leave. I can go over there and hurl insults from the distance. It'll be fine.
Oh, no. All legitimate
verbal illiteracy. See, it's a thing.
I can't talk anymore. All seriousness, Kimmy, the Wheel of Fortune is very much about movement and a change of luck. And often, especially with the 9 of Coins, those both feel very positive to me. And I have a feeling that you're going to be, again, finding your groove, sort of settling into that. You are going to be whittling wood. Are you serious? I'm going die right
Oh,
now.
that's funny.
Because it's literally called Wheel of Fortune, Fortune in the Woodcutter. That's hilarious.
That is
Are you
funny.
actually going to be whittling wood?
Hi, Kate. We've got our first 10, and once Lisa's kind of near the end of that, we'll check
Oh
the
my
time and see what we've
God.
got time for, and then add to the list after
I
that.
freaking love tarot.
So that we
Like,
don't end up with that
actually.
unwieldy list.
The Page of Cups here tells me
Yeah,
that
you it's kind of spot on readings.
that is hilarious, actually. The Page of Cups is the third card I pulled, and that is very much a an ability, I think, to be able to connect with the vision you have. Are you joking? She's joking. Okay. I'm like, what? You're messing with me. Now you got people messing with me. It's all Peggy's fault. See how I turned that around and blamed it on her?
Who's joking?
Kimmy G was joking. She's not actually going to be whittling wood. I was having a moment there. Did you see it? I was like, wood whittling. Sorry, Page of Cups. Sorry, I'm kind of already getting
artistic. It's still
yes, of course. I'm already getting into Oracle, but like, excuse me. But what I wanted to talk about was that the Page of Cups is very much about connecting with your vision, your dream, or your imagining. And I kind of feel like the Page of Cups energy.
Glad you're liking it.
The Page of Cups
energy. I have to shut up now.
You can also type too if you need to. The Page of Cups energies.
I'm also typing illiterate.
Anyways, I need to say this. Sorry. The Page of Cups energy is very much a open-hearted, getting out of your own way, faith-driven sort of thing. And I feel like it's going to be really important for your creative process that you connect with that openness and try not to let your inner critic sort of beat down ideas that might be coming up for you, because I feel like that's going to be important. All seriousness, just both of these first two cards with the Nine of Coins and the Wheel of Fortune, both of them speak very much to a positive turn of events for you and being able to settle into a new routine in a way where you're really making progress and feeling like you're making headway. The Page of Cups, though, again, really important to not let your inner critic get you down and weigh you down, because I feel like you're going to make the most creative progress when you just blow through doubt and try things, because you're going to find that it's going to just something, you're going to try a thing and it's going to click and you're going to be like, yes, this is exactly what I needed. So hopefully that makes some sense for you in spite of all of the whittling laughter that we went through. Yes. I was totally picturing you whittling though. I'm not.
Okay, now you have to get a stick, whittle it, take a picture of it. Look what I did, Lisa. Just
you're reading so accurate. Ooh, creepy. Yeah.
Okay, yes. So now we're tracking back. Are you done? Sorry.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Kimmy. Okay. Hopefully that helps.
We're moving back to Satia because she already has a question up, and I copied and pasted it so it's there for you.
Oh, thanks, honey. It's the most important. Okay. Okay, I've got your question, Satia. I'm just gonna sort of think about that and shuffle here for a sec.
You know, I just realized this would be a good exercise for people that want to practice. Just play the video back, stop at the question, pause everything, do your own reading, and see if your reading matches see if what you're getting matches what's coming up here. Did I say it right? I think I said it right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The first card I pulled here for you, Satia, is the Seven of Swords. The story is the Frog Prince, but what's catching my attention about this is that sometimes you're in a situation and you think, for me very much, the Seven of Swords is often about things not being as they seem. So things might look bad, things might look really dire, and then you get a chance to find out, you get a chance to dig a little bit deeper and you realize that there's something more there. And that's kind of the energy I'm picking up here. And I do know the story, The Frog Prince. I haven't read this one in the guidebook, but I do know this one. And really it's like, you know, the frog, she kisses it, it turns into a prince. Like, it wasn't a frog at all. It was a prince the whole time. And I think that there's something to be said there about things that are going on and kind of mining the gold from the difficult circumstances. I say this a lot, and it's not, I don't like to say, because I think this is kind of crap sometimes, that everything happens for a reason, because I do think sometimes we we then think that we somehow deserve the bad things that are happening to us. It's not so much that, but this card is definitely speaking to the idea that you can mine gold from just about anything. And you can definitely pull strength and sovereignty out of a difficult situation, even when it's pulling you down, or it feels like it's pulling you down. And I think the Seven of Swords is really a call to that, to looking for the gold, to mining the gold out of the situation. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then just could not be more synchronistic. The moon comes up, and as we know, the moon is also about things not necessarily being as they seem. The moon casts a light that can cast some things in a more beautiful light than reality, some things in a shadowier light than reality, and it's really hard to discern the truth. But the moon, to me, is also very much about plunging into the truth and the depths of your subconscious to find what's true for you. What is your gut telling you? What can you learn? Where maybe have your shadows come up and been biting at you lately? And where can you turn your face, towards the light and get a little clarity? Because neither of these speak to clarity at all. They speak to muddiness and messiness and still trying to kind of wade your way through all of that thickness to find the light and the clarity. So the 10 of Coins is the third card. Yeah. This tells me that you're on the right track. So this might be where you've been and where you kind of feel like you are, but you're headed in the right direction, because the 10 of Coins is very much a fulfilling card. It's getting into the light. Yeah, everything in here is about stepping out of the shadow. In fact, you can even see in the artwork here, there's a girl sort of under this archway, and I get the impression that she's just going to step out into the light. And as soon as that happens, as soon as you kind of make your way through this sort of tunnel of stuff, you're going to come out into the light, and things are going to feel a lot clearer and a lot lighter, weight-wise lighter, not just brighter light-wise. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, somebody tell me this makes sense. So hopefully that is helpful. This is a very positive card, and this being at the third position tells me that you're moving in that positive direction. So yay you, you're definitely getting there. I'm going to pull an oracle card. I also have here the Amethyst Oracle. I just want to, oops. I just want to be able to, no, I need to be able to see the question.
Okay.
And oops. I'm an oopser today. Man, I am a klutz.
That was an interesting card to come up.
Oh, yeah, but that didn't come up. That was me sliding. I kind of know the difference. I know when it's a jumper and then when it's me just being a bad shuffler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. These are like newish, so they're very slippery. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this as a fun... Okay, so that one jumped out. So this is just saying this. This is just saying the same dang thing. So this is the Spring card from the Amethyst Oracle.
Yeah. It's
literally about coming out from the ice and the cold, and yeah, it's what are you laughing at? Sorry, I'm scrolling.
Well, I said emerging, and I looked over and I see emerging in all caps.
Yeah, emergence is like the spring. It's like the literal spring. It's like
that's exactly what spring is all about. New things sprouting.
Yeah, so I definitely feel like between this and the 10 of Coins, you're getting a very strong message about coming out into the light. Things are only going to get better from here. Just stay the course and keep doing the work you're already doing. You've got the right idea for sure. You have the right idea for sure. Hopefully that was helpful. Yay! She says yes! Okay. These ones I'm finding I need more than one card for sure. Great name choice. Great name choice. Satia Emerging! Oh my god! That's her name. I'm so slow sometimes. Hello, Pastel Witch. Oh, you're welcome.
Okay.
Okay. So where was that? Where did that leave us after?
We are on number 6, and that is Tamara.
I very, very helpful. Oh, good. Oh, good. Jesus Christ, I keep freaking throwing the cards.
This is a bad thing.
I'm sorry. A general reading, please, for Tamara. Okay, where are you at right now? What wants to be expressed? What is happening around you?
Okay, don't forget to hit the like button, guys.
Oh, she's such a good shill, my wifey.
I'm shilling for Lisa. Like, subscribe, like. You guys know it. As the numbers go up, the contests get better.
That's so true. We're probably doing our next one at 1,000.
Anybody who's got questions, we're working through the list that we've got right now, and then we will add your name in order to continue.
Based on time.
So, based on how much time we've got.
All right. I think you're on the list already, Wiley, aren't you?
Well, I kind of did a thing because these two came in almost exactly at the same moment. So
okay,
if there's
so Wiley, you should be fine.
Wiley missed out by Wiley, you're actually kind of on the list because you and All Weather Tarot were within 2 seconds of each other to ask, but I kind of don't want to get anybody's hopes up. So
okay, let's see what comes up for Tamara here. This card has been like coming out in all of the readings, it feels like, this week. So Tamara, first things first, Bluebeard, the Knight of Swords, is very much about action, sometimes without thinking, definitely confident action, and definitely action related to... I'm so visual.
Yes, Melissa, you're on the list. You're number 9.
This is so funny. Okay, so Knight of Swords and 7 of Wands. The Wolf and the 7 Little Kids and Bluebeard. It's really funny because actually what I feel like is that you've got 2 conflicting energies happening for you right now. There's a part of you that wants to accomplish a particular thing, and then there's the other part of you that's like, no, too scary, like don't want to do it. And I kind of feel like you're doing this push-pull with yourself right now over something where you kind of are at a stalemate. It's like one part of you is like, go, 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 go. And the other person's like, no, wait, I don't want to do it yet. Okay, so tell me how that's going so far for you, because I have a feeling, Tamara, that I have a little bit of advice, but I want to make sure that this first bit here sort of makes sense for you. Are you feeling a push-pull on something? Are you feeling like there's something where you're trying to make progress, but you're also sort of hesitating, holding yourself back, or stalling? That's real. Okay. The third card I pulled for you was the Page of Wands. And what I got from this right off the bat was that in order to break past this stalemate, the most important thing you can do right now is embrace a sense of adventure, a sense of exploration, of not being attached to an outcome, and of allowing yourself to just make the journey without attachment to the destination. That's how you're going to break past this personal stalemate of yours, is allow yourself to have an experience. Try to let go of the fear of failure and the fear of things falling apart, and instead enjoy the process of discovering what could be. This kind of feels very relevant. I did a video for Self-Worth Saturday last weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, where we talked about self-sabotage. And I'm not saying you're self-sabotaging, but I am saying that some of the things that I talked about in that video about how we hold ourselves back and where fear comes into play might be relevant for you. You might find that if you can get out of your own way a little bit and just embrace the practice of what's happening, you might find that you break past that wall, that obstacle that I see here in the 7 of Wands, that feeling of needing to sort of stay and stand your ground. Let me know if that makes sense to you. Hi, Blackbird Pond. Because I feel really strongly that that's what that's saying, is that you really need to go at it from the idea for, you need to go at it for the journey, not for the destination. And I'm going to pull a quick oracle card for that one as well, but I just would love to hear if that makes sense to you or if you need clarity. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, take a peek. There might be some useful little gems that you could mine in there. There are for all of us, really. Empty is the card I pulled from the Amethyst Oracle, and this speaks to letting completely go of what you think it should look like, what you think the destination is, what you think the goal should be, and enjoy the experience. This is pure potential. This is like, it's wide open. Any result could be a positive result. Any result could be a negative result, so just enjoy the exploration. Hopefully that is a helpful way to tie that one off for you. I know, I feel like I'm missing a bunch of the chat. I hear you giggling, and I'm like, what did I miss?
I'm trying not to interrupt you.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got 5 people on the list right now. Unfortunately, Kay, you came in too late to get onto this section of the list. We're gonna check the time.
Oh,
we're gonna check the time once we get through the next 5, and then if there's time, we're gonna start another smaller list.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna read off who is on the list, because I know some of you guys are waiting, hoping, and just so you can figure out what you want to do. I've got next is Alice down the rabbit hole. So if you have a question
question. You're welcome, Tamara.
It's your turn, Alice, if you want to type your question in all caps. Then it's Lynette, Soriano, then Melissa, then All About Tarot Books, and then Wiley.
Having a hard time finding a job. I like, what should I be looking for? Okay. Welcome back, Satia.
So once we get to Wiley, we'll check the time and see how many we've got room for, and then we'll go from there.
Thanks, honey.
Okay, so Amanda, yeah, we started a list earlier, and we're working through that, and then once we know what the time is like, we'll continue. We just, that way, it's just more easily managed chunks. Yeah, I get like that when I'm around too many kids too. Don't worry, Kay, you'll get a reading, if not this time, next time. Maybe we'll do a Facebook members special and do it that way to give everybody in the group a better chance.
So Alice, the card that I pulled for you here was the Queen of Cups. And the first thing that popped into my head when I pulled this card for you is that the piece that's going to matter the most for finding a job that's going to resonate, that's going to be the one for you, is finding a job where you are able to be a helper, a nurturer, or a supporter. So you don't want to go into something where you're not going to be able to feel like you're making a difference. And I want to say this correctly because sometimes we get a little locked up on what making a difference means. Sometimes it's like, oh, I have to go work for a nonprofit, or I have to be a nurse, or there's obvious caring professions, but then there's also professions where even in, let me give a really boring example. Boring because speaking from my me place. I am an administrator, but in certain administrative roles, I feel like I'm able to be very supportive and helpful to the team that I'm working with, and that feeds that need for me. So, and I've got a lot of this energy going on where my job, I need to feel like I'm of service in some way, and I feel like you're in the same place. You definitely need to be focusing on a job where you can feel like you are in a supportive role, or a role that allows you to feel or feed that nurturing part of yourself that wants to be a helper or a, I keep saying the same words, helper, nurturer are the words that are popping into my head. So that has definitely got to be a key focus for you, I feel like. The next card that I pulled for you is the Ten of Wands. And this is echoed in this card as well. This is the Sorcerer's Apprentice. But I also want to talk a little bit about the warning of this card as well. So this can be somebody who likes to help, but also has a tendency to get in over their head. So this is somebody who will take on and take on and take on and take on and take on until they realize it's way, way, way too much. And suddenly you're like, oh man. And now everything is going kaput. Are you saying that because I'm a Cancer? I'm a Cancer, so I'll relate. Yeah, but I didn't know you were a Cancer. And also I have the worst memory, so I'm sorry if you've told me before. But very much this is energy that gets out of control, which means that you need to find a job that's not only going to help you to fill that niche or that need to be helpful and nurturing, but that is also going to be able to allow you to have good boundaries. So stuff where you actually can have good work-life balance, which means you're going to need to gel with the people that you interview with and feel like you'll be able to communicate easily with them, because you'll need to be comfortable saying enough when it's enough. And that may be a little bit difficult, so you definitely want to be in a position where you really can have that open communication that really invites you to do that. And lastly, the Sun. So I have a feeling that something that's been a struggle for you in the past is working in jobs, or where you're just having a good time over there. I can just hear you.
I'm typing, so I'm like trying to concentrate on the typing because I don't want to distract from you. And then I glance over and I have got such a resting bitch face.
We call it resting butch face.
Resting butch face. I'm just like, oh my god, I look horrible. I look like I'm like,
oh my god. Sorry, maybe back to Sun card.
Did anybody notice that? I'm like typing. It's like,
well, they did now. Now everybody's gonna rewind and be like, what did you look like a minute ago? I'm gonna later.
I look like, oh, you effing people. That's how I looked. That's how I looked.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm so sorry. last card was the Sun, and actually what caught my attention
I'm
about
just going to
this
try and look happy for a bit.
is that the
I'm sorry, I'm wrecking somebody's reading.
No, you're fine. Past jobs where you've been have definitely, there's definitely been an issue around negativity or toxicity in the workplace. So you're going to want to be somewhat aware, especially in the first days on a new job, of what that environment is like so you can cultivate a positive, healthy one for yourself. So definitely keep an eye on that. I think those are going to be your sort of deal breakers. Needs to be a job where you can feel like you're in a supportive or helpful role in some way, but needs to be a job where you can communicate and are comfortable communicating. So somebody that's too overbearing, not going to work, because they're not going to make you feel like you can be comfortable really saying what you need. And then the Sun really speaks to just needing a more optimistic and general workplace. So look out for sort of energy vampire-y kind of people. If you get that vibe at the interview, it's a no-go. It's a no-go. So hopefully that helps give you some direction. And maybe when you're looking at job ads, definitely kind of think about these things, file them away in your head, and use that to determine, like, you know, does it feel like it's going to be a good fit?
Make tarot bags. It's easy.
What?
So make
Are you doing the thing? Don't do the thing.
No, I'm just being an asshole. Just ignore me, guys.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, thank you, Wiley Kylie. Aw, Wiley Kylie watched our story of how we met. That's on the Fool card. On the Fool card in Tarot Memoirs.
Where is it?
In Tarot Memoirs, the Fool card. I tell the story of how we met.
Oh.
Yeah.
Neopets.
I don't know if I actually named the game, but...
Okay, good thing, Kay. Basically, I'm trying to listen to her.
I'm glad it was helpful, Alice.
I was trying to listen to her and type without making a ton of typos all at the same time, like...
So she was focused.
Yeah,
that was her focus face.
This is how I focus. That's why nobody interrupts me, like, ever.
Christie says you're not being an a-hole. Did I say she was being... Did I call
I
you
said I was being an asshole.
Oh, you did. Okay. I was like, did I call you a name and not even remember? Because that would be mean.
Okay, if I'm not, then I need to try harder.
Oh my gosh.
I've got a video that I put on my Facebook. I just shared it like between 3 or 4 of us because we had this like running battle a few days after Christmas. Not an angry...
We had a battle?
No, not an angry battle, the chocolate one.
Oh God. They were trying to steal my chocolate, y'all.
I should make it live.
I had a giant Ferrero Rocher and she tried to steal it from me.
It was for both of us.
It was never for both of us. You were so delusional.
It was for both of us.
No, and I was hormonal at the time, and I was like, "What are you even thinking? What is wrong with you? Who tries to steal a woman's
Lynette Siriano, you're next. All caps. Lisa has nothing of value to say until it's your turn. We won't be listening to Lisa until you post your question.
Stop. Oh my God. Hi, Phantom.
Anyway.
I'm sorry, the list is full right now. We're working through it though. We'll see how it goes. There might be another little opportunity to get on the list again, but it's going to be a little.
You know what we got to do?
What do we got to do? Are you going to explain it right now?
Well, yeah, I'm going to.
Are we waiting for a question?
Yes, we are waiting for Lynette. Lynette's.
Oh, right. We do not curse on the channel, remember?
We do not curse on the channel?
Yeah, because
we do not curse on the channel.
Well, the advertisers...
I said we don't care. We don't...
I got it. It's my normal face. Yeah, Peggy's too.
It won't let you type it, but it'll let me say it.
Well, it'll let you say it, but then down the road, it'll get my channel in trouble.
Yeah, vegan crafter. Yeah, no, Lisa's being a troublemaker. I'm just trying to get her under control. It's bad. Yeah.
We're being ridiculous as per usual.
I still want to make that video live.
I know you do.
It's the aftermath. The video on my Facebook page it's private right now, but it's the aftermath of a running battle over who got to eat this piece of chocolate.
Cursing is fun. Lynette, are you still here? If so, we need your questions so Lynette, I can do your reading. Kay's joking. Oh, we are allowed to curse. Oh, I totally took you seriously. I take everybody seriously.
I'm missing stuff. I was so busy talking. I'm just like, do.
And then there's Keith, just like throwing the F-bombs out there. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, Keith. Somebody had to up the ante, and it was Keith's turn.
So, Lynette, hit me with your question in all caps or hit the @ when you're ready, and I will actually be able to focus when the time comes. I assure you.
Yes.
I'll just make Peggy shut up. That'll do it.
She wants to know how her studies will go this year.
Okay.
When I've actually taken the time to practice, which I haven't done in a long time, I actually give really quick readings.
Okay. I'm focusing on Lynette now.
I know. That's just something we should think about. Taking turns or something.
We talked about doing that, and I suggested that you come on and do that with me today, and then you're like, no.
I know I went, no, because I haven't had enough practice, and I'm not ready to do that.
Yeah.
I did readings the other day. That was fun.
You did. It was fun.
It was fine, but I had to look at the book way too much, and it made it really slow.
I decided to go to the university. I went with my intuition. I want to know if I'm on the right path. Okay, you got it.
don't know why this got like so quiet.
2 of Cups. So this is very much a card about connecting, and I feel like you're probably going to have some very positive connections through your experience with university. It could be that you just connect with other students in a really meaningful way, or this could actually be a connection with a particular teacher that's just going to light you up. And I think that that's really important. We're more likely to succeed and do well when we have that good connection, that one that just you feel energized by. And that's kind of what I'm getting from this card, is that there's going to be an opportunity to really connect in a very positive way, and a way that's going to make you feel very fulfilled. And so I feel like that's a really exciting opportunity. That's definitely a positive card. And then the next card that I got is the 8 of Coins. There we go. And this card is also a positive card. Speaks to mastery and refinement and sort of doing the work that's necessary. I have a feeling that this particular university is going to challenge you a little bit, perhaps more than another choice. Excuse me. But it's going to be for the better. Right? I feel like you're going to get really inspired and have these opportunities to really practice your knowledge. There's probably going to be quite a workload. I feel like that's kind of what I'm getting from that. But I see this moving in a really positive direction for you. This is the Fairy Tale Tarot by Baba Studio. It is currently out of print, but you can view images of it online. And again, the Knight of Swords shows up here. This, I think, really speaks to you moving from your intuition and making this choice in the first place. And I do think it's affirming that that's what you've done. But I do feel like the strongest energy that I'm getting from these 3 cards is this 2 of Cups. And I think that's going to be really the key factor about how this is going to work out for you. The only thing I will caution you about, sort of the unseen. So I'm working with a new technique where I pull a card from the bottom of the deck. I got that from, I've seen that before, but I've also got it recently from Dustin, Metaphysical Man?
Metaphysical Man.
Metaphysical Man.
Modern
Metaphysical Man. He showed this on his channel.
I remember something that you didn't.
You did a good job.
I don't remember this stuff ever.
You did. You were so good. And your sort of unconscious or hidden energy was the 7 of Swords. And this card can often be about things not being quite as they seem. So definitely keep your eyes open and make sure that you don't let your expectations get ahead of your reality. So that can happen in school. Sometimes that can be you putting too much pressure on yourself to hit a certain mark or something like that. But it can also be looking for too much out of a particular situation, that sort of thing. So just keep your eyes open. Definitely keep clarity wherever you can. Keep grounded. Do the work. Like, definitely don't expect that it's going to be a cakewalk, but you will. I think you're going to get some really good stuff out of this experience. So very affirming reading. I didn't see anything in here that was cautionary that way. So yeah, the 7 of Swords and the freaking Knight of Swords have been like, and so has the 7 of Wands.
You know what occurred to me though is that we just had the full moon. It's the first of the year. This is the time of the year when people are most focused on what challenges they have coming up.
Yeah, so there's probably just a lot of cosmic conscious connection happening right now.
Yeah, a lot of
you
people
are going, very welcome.
What are my
Lynette.
challenges? It's like that.
Yeah.
We're actually ready for the answers to those questions at this time of year.
That's very true. How's my prosperity candles?
Your prosperity candle. Melissa,
so
you are next.
And I am actually getting pretty good shuffles out of these, so I don't know why I keep getting
Melissa
the same cards.
Claire.
My question is, what area needs more of my focus, art or tarot? Ooh, great question.
Hi, Monkey. You have bad breath. Bruno has really bad breath.
Oh, get him a doggy mint or something.
He has really bad breath.
He'll eat anything. Go give him something that'll make his breath.
That's probably why he's probably already been licking the floor in the kitchen, eating anything.
True story. Okay.
But he loves me. He's my puppy.
Whew. Okay. Art or tarot? Art or tarot this year?
Yeah, 7 of Swords can be a scary card to see. What you doing? Hi. Yes, I see you. It's fine. Hello, Shayla. What's up? I've got this happening over here. I've got a puddle
They
of
love
puppies.
you. They can get to you. The puppies are attacking Peggy.
No, they're just sleeping on me. Shayla just came up and did she just power flumped into it.
Sorry, I don't think I've even really looked at this card before. And I love these like doggy creatures in the background. I don't even know what story this is. The Tinderbox. This is the Page of Coins. This is the first card that I drew for you, Melissa.
What? Hi.
And I'm going to pull another one just to
You pull
see
this
what
side.
the combination of energy looks like to me. So Page of Coins, and the other card that came up was Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups.
I see you. Come here, come on this side.
So what's funny about this is that I feel like the reason you're being pulled in two directions is one might feel like it has more of a tangible reward or benefit than the other. So the Page of Coins is somebody who's very grounded. This is the guy who's going to open up a lemonade stand when he's like 8 years old because he's like, I'm going to make my own allowance. And then the Knight of Cups is somebody who follows his heart, who's more likely to leap into the unknown, follow inspiration. So this feels like art to me. And this feels like tarot in a sense, or the other way. Actually, no, you know what? That's not true because that's not what I thought when I first pulled it. When I first pulled it, I was actually thinking that the Page of Coins was talking about art might have a tangible reward. Or maybe it is the tarot. I am like screwing myself up. I don't normally second guess myself like that. Okay. This tarot deck is effing with me right now, I'm just going to say. So I also pulled the Page of Wands. This is that Adventure Seeker card. So now I'm like, well, what the crap? No wonder you can't make up your mind.
You're being pulled in a lot of directions.
Well, yeah, and also, I feel like, so whether it's okay, so here's the thing. We need to get the Page of Coins out of the equation. The Page of Coins is like looking for a tangible reward or a tangible benefit from the choice. This needs to not be a factor for you right now because both the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands are much more fulfilling in that both of them are speaking to me about following heart, following inspiration, following adventure. These are the ones that are lighting you up. This feels like obligation to me. This feels like what you should be worried about. Like you thinking this is what I should be worried about rather. Whereas these are like where you want to be putting your energy. Well, things that light you up, things that inspire you, things that
well, doesn't that kind of mean that the cards are saying that right now you're feeling pressured to pick the one you think you can make the most money at?
That's kind of what I was thinking. And you should be, yeah. And it should. That's why I said
one or the other
like,
or both.
We need to take this out of the equation. This needs to not be the factor. I'm gonna pull an oracle too.
Yeah, don't make. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like if you just take that out of the equation, it's gonna be a heck of a lot easier to determine what you want to spend your time on.
Yeah.
And then you can be like, okay, I don't have to care about the money part. If I just think about what do I want to do today, it's gonna be so easy and so clear. So let me
do the one that makes you happy and don't worry about whether or not it's gonna pay the bills.
Both of these to me say happiness. The Knight of Cups says inspiration and like dreaminess and like creativity, and the Page of Wands to me is saying adventure and like uncharted territory. Both could be equally fulfilling. I'm just gonna see what the oracle says here. Oh man, I just reversed some of my cards. I hate it when I do that. Now I'm gonna go through and fix it after this. Okay, but let's just see what comes up.
You got them all.
Okay. Again. Okay, so this is Labyrinth. So again, I think the thing is that either of these subjects will be fulfilling and enjoyable for the process of them. And again, I keep saying again. Let me say again. All of these cards are experiential. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Try to make a tarot deck in the future. Yeah, if you take the money out and you go, because it's funny when I was shuffling, I was like, well, why does she have to choose? Like, couldn't she just do both? Like, make a deck?
Ah, yes, dog duties. Yep. Have a good night. I got one dog kicking me and one dog laying over my leg, looking pitiful.
But yeah, I think the reading's very clear that if you just take the money thing out of the factor and go where your heart is leading you, you're gonna not have a problem coming out the other side. And that doesn't mean that there's no financial reward down the road. It just, you need to take that financial pressure off, and then it'll be really easy to figure out where your focus needs to be. I feel like that was a roundabout answer, but I hope that it gave you some clarity. But I think that if you have a passion for both art and tarot, then frick, why do you have to make a tarot deck in the future? Make one now. Even if it's just like messy and sketchy and something you never want to share, like do it for the fun of it. Merge both of your passions. Take the worries about money out of it, or the worries about tangible reward. It doesn't have to be money. It could just be tangible. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, whether or not the money may come, but don't make it about the money, or you're not going to like either choice, because you're always going to wonder that the other choice might have been more profitable.
Yes. Hello to everybody just joining. So I do work off of a list, and the list is currently full. I'm going to make my way through, and then we'll kind of see where we're at.
You've only got 2 more, so it's up to you to decide whether you've got time for me.
Okay, well, let's see where we're at when we get
All
past
Weather
the
Tarot
2.
and Books is next.
All Weather Tarot and Books. I think I just saw her. Or him. Maybe not. Yes. Yeah, maybe make art for a tarot deck. Oh, okay. That was relevant. Bye, Satia. Bye, Kim. You are very welcome, Melissa. So yes, all weather tarot books. If you are around, hit me with your question, all caps, or put a little @supportive tarot, @supportive tarot, and it'll highlight it for me on my screen. I'm gonna have a sip of tea. That last one was kind of fun. Are you gonna slurp it
like an animal this time?
Probably. Yeah.
Just because you can now.
Well, yeah. See, it will never sound that gross. So now I don't have to feel self-conscious.
See, I've lowered the bar for you, so that it's gonna make you look good by comparison.
I just said that. We just said the same thing, each in our own words.
I wasn't listening to you though.
Of course you're not listening to me. Of course.
Why would I do that?
Why would you do that?
Oh my God, no.
What was I even thinking?
It's not as much fun if I actually, like, you know, pay you attention and stuff. And
pay you attention?
Pay you attention.
You're right, you can't talk. Okay, it's my turn. My turn? It's my time for reading. Are you focusing on the right things? Oh, did you say get to work? Well,
no, I never.
My dinner or something?
Most nights, yes, because you don't cook.
I don't cook. I mean, I can cook.
I need to shut the hell up because Stephen cooks most nights.
Yeah, right? He's going to be in background calling you on your crap.
I will tell you right now that if one of your kids decides to move back in home for any reason, which is a very positive situation in our house, but if you're going to let a kid move back in home, move in the kid that went to culinary school.
Yeah, right? Good decisions. We made good decisions. Amanda, is she on the list, or have we not reopened it yet?
We haven't reopened it yet.
Yeah, we haven't reopened it yet, Amanda. We will open the list probably for a few more minutes as soon as I'm through the last two that I have on my list right now. And then we'll see where we're at, and we can tell you how many spots we can do. I think I spend about 10-ish minutes per reading, ballpark.
Well, it's up to you. Like, if you want to go to 7, that's only like a room for like 3 or 4 more.
Okay. Let us see.
Unless you want to drop down and do quick one-card pulls.
I can't ever guarantee that with this deck because it hasn't been giving me good one-card pulls.
Okay.
Did you, Kate? Congratulations! Oh, I can't wait to hear about your first box. So that'll be February. That's going to be February's your first box,
You guys want to hear a really messed up, well, it's not messed up. You guys want to hear the coolest freaking thing that happened? The Witch's box showed up on Friday. Okay. In the box was, it's all about prosperity magic for the box for the Egyptian prosperity magic that we got. The same day, about 2 or 3 hours after the box showed up, I got an unexpected amount in my bank of almost $1,500.
Yay!
I mean, it is money that I knew that it was owing to me, but I didn't think I was ever going to, and I mean ever, going to see it. So it's like money that
I've been doing so much prosperity magic too lately, yo. It's been so good.
It's like, oh, doggy cataracts. Those are not cheap to fix. But I couldn't believe it. This box shows up, and the same day it shows up, and the box is, if you look it up, Lisa did an unboxing online. We didn't even know. I found out on.
Yeah, I did that one live. That was January's.
Yeah, and it came in on a Friday, and banks up here don't do deposits and stuff over the weekend, so I didn't even look at my bank account until like 2 days later. So she got the box, she did her live, did her unboxing, did a bunch of stuff, and something else.
I did prosperity magic all weekend long, and then like Sunday you saw it.
Yeah, but it had been there since Friday.
Yeah, but you didn't see it until Sunday.
But it's like, and she comes out and she said, this book that came with it, I think you might be interested in reading it. She hands me the book. I say, oh, that's cool, I'll read it later. I set the book down, opened my computer. We were going to do some errands later, so I wanted to see what was in my bank account, just to see which account I was going to take the money out of. I go, oh, there's $1,500 here.
Okay.
It was the craziest thing ever because
it was a really, really cool thing. I don't want to leave.
Cool.
I don't want to
leave my
person.
I'm sorry. Witch's box, yeah.
But yeah, that's very, very cool. Sorry, I don't mean to rush you, honey. I just want to make sure I'm focusing.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
that's
so
fine.
all weather tarot books. Am I focusing on the right things?
It's an interesting question. You ever do magic with your tarot?
Yes.
She does. I read tarot, but not the same way.
Okay, one last cut here. First card is Temperance, if what you're focusing on right now, excuse me, is bringing things into more clarity and focus, if you are narrowing your focus a bit, then the answer to your question right off the bat is going to be yes. Definitely there is an aspect here about pulling in, and it's funny because a lot of us are doing, in this tarot community right now, are doing a depth year, and this is what this is kind of making me think of. So when you say, are you focusing on the right things? If you have recently sort of narrowed your focus, definitely the answer is yes. That's what I'm getting from this. And also there's a thing here in the particular fable that this deck is referring, or this card is referring to, the water and salt story, that is very much about basics. Basic water and basic salt being really important, and we don't really miss those things until they're not there. And so definitely there's something here about bringing things back to basics. If you're not bringing things back to basics, if you have widened your focus, then this is a call to narrow it. So I hope that makes sense to you. I'd love to know how that's resonating. The other card I got is Four of Cups, which is also about contentment with what you have. So both of these are echoing the same message. The Four of Cups is like sitting and exploring what's currently around you, not getting locked up in the grass is greener on the other side kind of mentality, vying for things or hobbies that you're not already involved in. And yeah, I think these two are both very clearly talking about bringing things back to basics. So I think that's the strong, I think that's definitely where you're headed right now. Ten of Cups being in the, this was underneath the deck. It's so funny you came in, Dustin, because I was just talking about you. I've been using that technique with pulling from the bottom of the deck, actually, and I was using it a bit tonight, or have been using it a bit tonight. But the Ten of Cups being on the bottom there tells me that underneath it all, if the things that you're focusing on right now are bringing you back into alignment with your, excuse me, with connection, with your relationships, with the ways that you feel fulfilled emotionally, then that also echoes that you are in the right place at the right time. You've recently narrowed your focus. Yeah, these are very affirming cards in that situation. So 100% the answer to your question is yes. That was really clear. Yay for cards behaving.
And there's enough time for Wiley, so we don't have to make him start over. Okay,
yes, we can definitely do you, Wiley.
We
can definitely do you, Wiley.
We can definitely do you, Wiley.
Oh, baby.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
So bad.
She did the oh baby thing.
That's because
I'm like,
I was actually. You came in at a really awkward time, Elabre, and I'm so sorry. Also, I probably massacred your name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. General. Okay. Who's craving sausage and peppers? We got sausage and peppers on our leftover pizza.
Oh my God! Yes, Steve made pizza last night,
and
we still have pizza for dinner tonight. And I had the tacos for lunch. That was homemade as well.
I think I can go till 7, guys. So Peggy can probably take a few more names for the list if we want after Wiley Kylie here. So if you want a reading, put a bunch of asterisks on the screen. We'll take the first 3-ish or so, 3 or 4.
Yeah, we'll do.
I could probably do 4.
4.
Let's do 4.
Okay.
There we go. So we've got Amanda.
Amanda Valdorian.
She's been very patient. And Asha and Melanie. Throw some asterisks between Aura and Emily.
Between Aura.
I think we've already got
Emily.
Like 5.
Yeah, guys, we've already got enough.
I'll let Peggy review the list, but yeah.
We've already got, yeah, we've only got a very short amount of time, unfortunately.
I can go till about 7, give or take a few minutes. Okay, so I'll do
Asha,
those ones for sure,
Reynolds,
the 4 or 5.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Peggy will tell me where my stopping point is, because she's the mistress of the list.
You just make it sound.
Oh, that Kay's on there. Hi,
okay,
Tina.
You know what? Let's do Kay. You know what? Kay has been probably here longer than anybody else tonight. So Kay, we are going to put Kay in right after.
We'll make time for you, Kay. You're in there.
Well, we've already said Amanda. We'll do Kay next.
Okay. Nina, what time is it where you are? I'm going to do a general reading now for Wiley. 10:45 a.m. God, it's so weird to me. I cannot wrap my head around Australian time. I kind of get where UK is in relation to me, but I get so screwed up with. Well, Nina knows because I think I messaged her one day at like frickin' 5 o'clock in the morning or something.
Really slow.
4 in the morning. I don't know. It was gross. It was really late. It's okay. I'm gonna pull Wiley's reading now. Okay. 10:42 a.m. in Singapore. Wow, you're in Singapore, Tammy Lee? I think you said that already, and I'm sorry I missed it. I can't believe I made it to a live. Yeah. I'm trying to do these Monday night ones semi-regularly. So I don't decide until usually the last minute. It kind of depends on what's going on that day, but all right. Ivana asked a couple times too. I don't know if she managed to make it on.
Yeah, she's on.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you're on now, Ivana. Yeah. All right, Wiley, let's see what we got for you. Nine of Swords was the first card that came up for you. The Little Mermaid. I haven't actually, this is another one I haven't read yet. I've got a few of the Swords ones I haven't read in the guidebook yet.
Looks like Ivana's going to be the last one.
I'm familiar with...
If there's time, we'll move on to the last couple after that.
Okay. I am familiar with the story, but mostly what's catching me about this is this feeling of pressing down. I want to say this, yes, anxiety for sure, but I'm getting this weighted, heavy feeling from it. Like when I look at the card, I'm feeling like pressure. External or imagined external pressure. I hope that makes sense to you. But I feel this weighted down sensation, like stuckness, like you're trying to walk through mud to make any progress. I'm definitely getting that thick, those are the kind of words that are popping in my head, right? Muddy, thick, pressure, downward pressure, pressing down on you, and the Hermit. And I have a feeling that those things are making you feel very isolated and alone. So I'm definitely getting more of the shadow side of the Hermit here. Bruno would like your attention desperately.
What you doing?
But the Hermit and the Nine of Swords together are definitely... Okay, yeah, I've been in those shoes. So definitely a lot of pressure. I just want to see in combination here. Yeah, Six of Cups. Okay. So definitely you're, in a way what I'm seeing here is that you're letting your fears get the best of you. There's something...
Thanks.
Thank you.
Somebody likes my shirt.
Oh, it's so nice. She looks sky blue.
What you doing, Bruno?
I need you to do whatever you need to do.
I need to take these guys outside for a walk.
Okay, you do
literally...
Don't spill your tea. Peggy's going to spill the tea, but not in the way that we talk about them on the internet.
This is how the dogs ask to go outside, and they will keep asking exactly like this until I take them.
Anyways. Sorry, let me get my focus back here. So these three cards in combination, what I'm getting for you is that there's a thing here about letting your fears about the unknown get the best of you. So here with the Six of Cups, and then here with the Hermit and the Nine of Swords. So we have anxiety, we have that feeling of pressure, of downward pressure, of weightedness and stuckness and thickness. And then we followed that up with this feeling of isolation. The Six of Cards has been one of your stalker cards, hey? Yeah, for some reason, and I know this is not the traditional meaning of the card, but the first thing I thought of with this was basically letting your imagination get away from you. There is actually a card in the Osho Zen Tarot that pictures a woman who's in a dress, like a patchwork dress, and she has a box over her head, and it's, no, not right now, please, hon. A box of memories, and her head is so far into this box, and she's so focused on these things that are in her mind, so not the things that are actually happening outside of her, that her whole life is getting dimmer around her. She's kind of letting her dress go to rags. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting from this Six of Cups for some reason, is this idea of sort of things falling apart around you because your head is too far stuck into the maybes and the nightmares and the worries and the anxieties. So there needs to be an opportunity here for you to pull away from that and to look at what's actually surrounding you, the blessings, the good stuff, get some perspective that way, because I feel like that's getting a little bit lost. And I think that's going to be really important for your journey. And the Four of Swords is give yourself a dang break, man. This is very much an energy of pausing, reflecting, maybe get some distraction. Sometimes, a lot of times when I get cards, it's all about getting away from distraction, like getting back into the present. And the box of memories that I was describing, that box of thoughts or worries, those are a different kind of distraction. You could use a bit of a mental break. Something healthy and fun and light, something to take your mind off things, a favorite show, a friend dragging you out for a movie or a girls' night or something. Like, you definitely need a breather. So see what you can do to make some time for a breather, and I think that you'll get a little bit free of that stuck, heavy feeling. I don't think it's going to immediately go away, but I do think that you'll get a bit of a palate cleanser and get a chance to come at it with fresh eyeballs. I said fresh eyeballs.
Fresh eyeballs.
But you know what I mean?
Rinse.
Like that. Please go rinse your eyeballs. Except not really.
Unless you get something in and then you have to rinse them out. It's called an eye wash station. It's bad.
Yeah. You need a mental eye wash station.
I'm helping.
It was kind of helpful. Sometimes I say weird stuff, you guys. I'm sorry, but like it's what pops in my head. And then Peggy helps in her visuals, which was awesome.
Which was kind of creepy actually, but
weird.
I'm glad you liked it.
It was a little weird, but if you get what I mean, then we're good. She says perfect. Sorry, I'm assuming people's gender, and I'm so sorry if I ever misgender you. Tell me right away, and I will fix it for sure. But
I probably won't because I am horrible with names.
You're really bad.
I am so bad with names. It's really bad.
It's true. Hi, Jen. My sister's
Takes
here.
me forever. Kay is next. Kay.
Did you suitably distract the pupples, and now they don't want to go outside anymore?
They walked me straight to the fridge.
The doggies are like, excuse me, we would like a snack now. Oh, good. Wiley Kylie, thank you. Perfect.
Yeah. Basically,
Hi, Caroline.
Steven spilled some cheese last night. So rather than throwing it away, we just put it on a plate in the kitchen. And so now they are trying to walk me to the fridge every chance they get because I've been giving them the cheese, and now they're already expecting things all day long.
Yeah, they've gone away now. They're like, okay, we got what we wanted. We're good.
Hi, everybody who came in.
Hi, White. I must sleep, but I will wait. You are great. Aw, Ivana. Alrighty. Well, if you're still here when I'm finishing up my list here, then we'll be good.
General with perhaps remembering that I haven't dated since my partner passed 6 years ago.
Okay. You got it, Kay.
So you take your club and you leave your cave, and you go and you bring one home. She didn't even notice until I made the sound effect.
You're so bad.
I'm horrible. You know this. Who doesn't know that I say these things?
Okay. I'm going to do the reading now for Miss K. See how I said okay like a million times? It's like
yes.
a thing. Yeah. I think she likes the club idea, though.
Honestly, it's about being resourceful, really.
Let's see what the tarot says. I'm going to laugh my ass off if it's all about, like, just going and getting you some.
If there's a card and there was somebody holding a club, I'm going to die. We could make clubs out of the weeds.
Just stop. Don't help.
I will be nice, Kay, and let her do your reading.
Might be my thing. Woo! We approve. I'm speaking for my wife now. All right, first card up is 7 of Coins, the Brave Little Tailor. I often see, interestingly, the 7 of Coins for me, or the 7 of Pentacles, is often a time of reflection and of noticing where you're at, how you've gotten here, and what your next steps need to be. And now the dogs are going to, like, murder each other.
They're playing.
Like, playful murdering each other, but they're going to play now. So if you hear doggy noises, they're not fighting, they're just doing their thing. Anyway, so very much a moment, a pause, a moment to reflect, a moment to notice what's going on, what's shifted, where are you at now as opposed to where you were before. This is a literal, maybe literal is the wrong word, but it is a figurative turning point for you. It is a point when what you do next is really going to determine your trajectory for quite some time. So I think it's going to be important to not minimize those little messages you're getting right now, the synchronistic things, the things that seem to be pointing or pulling you in a particular direction. Those matter especially right now, probably more than they do the rest of the time. Given what you've just shared, I feel like this doesn't need a whole lot of explanation, but obviously this is how you've ended up here. You've had a lot of transition, a lot of change in your life, and that's put you in a position where you are reevaluating things. There's a reevaluation of priorities. There's also a reevaluation of what you need versus what you want. Maybe things have a different kind of perspective now, and there's a lens that you view things through, and I think this is actually really important and something we don't talk about this card enough, but there is a lens of you view things differently now. Your worldview is permanently different than it was before. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It is a different thing. And it can make you feel separate. It can also make you feel more alone. Keep an eye on that comment. The comments are some... But it just keep an eye, or sorry, not keep an eye. That was what I just said to Peggy. Just be aware that that filter is a part of the process. That new lens, that new vision that you have, it's just your new normal. And that's not a horrible thing. It just is what it is. That doesn't mean that you're not I don't want to minimize anything. I want to make sure I'm saying it properly. So hopefully this is resonating and making some sense. Lastly here, I have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups to me is an opportunity to be tender and be vulnerable. And I think that that's probably the thing that's going to look and feel different now than it did before. And so the Page of Cups is, okay, I can be a little bit tender again. I can be a little bit vulnerable again. And that's going to seem different, bigger, probably scarier, and more risky now than it did before. But that is a worthy journey to take. And I also got here, when I was shuffling, I had a bit of a jumper, and I got the Eight of Cups. And in this deck, the story brother and sister is really quite a sweet tale about sort of platonic love and keeping those that we care for close. And this just very much felt like the gifts of what you've experienced before don't go away when the person does. Those gifts are forever. And I think that you can take those things and apply them in a healthy, nurturing, and supportive way to your journey as you move forward. And I think if you shift your perspective slightly and remember that that is a way that you keep that energy close in so much as you choose to. And I think that's an important thing. You have agency here. You can decide what to bring and what to leave. But in so much as you choose to, you can carry that forward, and there's nothing unhealthy or abnormal about that. That can be a really, really beautiful thing. So that is what I'm getting from this for you. I do think that it is time to start to turn your heart towards the future, if that makes sense. The Page of Cups leads with his heart, and I really feel like it's time to turn your heart towards the future. But be aware that it's okay for that to look differently than it would have looked before. Let it be okay that your approach is going to look different. And just remember that and kind of hold that close. And I think that you will find that you make some strides in a really positive and healthy direction. So hopefully that was resonant. Earthquake, I kicked the camera. Hopefully that's helpful.
Every time I stop petting Bruno, he smacks my arms. Every time I try and type, he's like...
He wants you to pay attention to him. Mm-hmm. You are his person. Yeah. So I hope that helps. Oh! That was Kay. So we have Asha. Oh, did somebody say... Oh, Asha said, I'll give my spot to Tammy.
Oh.
Oh, wait. And then Tammy's like, oh, it's fine. I don't know what's happening. Somebody tell me.
Okay.
Whoever's going next, give me your question. It looks like it's either Asha or Tammy.
Well, that's kind of you, Asha. So that does put Tammy as being next.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Tammy, do you have a question?
I don't think I have Amanda. Didn't I have Amanda already? So what's going on up here? Oh yeah, I did Amanda already.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry Amanda, I've already done a reading for you, so I am moving along on the list. Go Tammy. Okay.
Yeah, what is your question?
All right, go for it, Tammy. What you got? Oh, thanks, Wiley Kylie, and you're welcome. Afraid to start applying for jobs.
Ah, yes.
You're scared.
Yep.
Are you wanting the cards to tell you sort of what that fear is based on and how to push past it? Is that a fairly accurate assumption? Let me know. I keep throwing these cards. It's kind of irritating me. None have actually ended up on the floor. Okay, that's good. Okay, it's accurate. Okay. Alrighty. Will you get one? Sorry, Kiki, we have a list and it is currently full. It looks like I probably won't be able to take any more after that.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to make it through this list. We have a lot.
All right.
Oh, thanks, Wiley.
Okay, for Tammy. Okay, I have a feeling that you are definitely going to be getting an offer of some kind coming up your way, Tammy. And I think it's going to look really, really appealing. I think you have to be mindful that for some reason now the Ace of Cups is very much about blessings and good things and opportunity. And typically these are more sort of emotional opportunities, opportunities for connection. And it could be that rather than a specific offer, this is referring more to, this might be actually referring more to networking or connecting with a particular person who's going to then open up opportunities for you, because I feel like the connection is the important part here. Now, there could also be a offer from somebody coming your way that you immediately feel a kinship to, even though, or somebody that you immediately want to say yes to, even though the offer itself doesn't immediately look like the most appealing or exciting one. So file that information away as potentially useful, because I think that you're going to know what that is in relatively short order. Either you already have a connection that you have that's already happening that you've kind of maybe not realized or given your full attention or awareness to. But yeah, I feel like this is definitely lurking either just around the corner or it's already in front of you. So keep that in mind. The King of Swords comes up next, and what's interesting is I get this perspective of the ruler, of somebody who's very high up looking down on his like kingdom of ships. And I think the first thing that kind of popped in my head is that you want to pull yourself back a little bit from where your expectations might be for what that next job is going to be. It could be that you're picturing it being very specific or at a particular level, and you might not be able to start at that level. You might actually end up feeling like you have to backtrack career-wise slightly to get into the appropriate place where you can move your way up and put your new skills to use. I have a feeling that this might be an opportunity or a reminder to be aware of apprenticeships, people that you can work with that you already have a strong connection to or that may have a connection in your field. And I feel like there's, yeah, I just feel like there may be a perspective shift that needs to happen here. That's the first thing that kind of pops into my head. The third card I pulled for you, though, is the Sun. So I feel like no matter how this works out, whatever form it takes, it is definitely taking you in a positive direction. I don't see crisis coming up for you. I don't think that there's going to be an issue with getting a job. It may not be the job that you're expecting, and it may not look the way that you expect, but I have a feeling it's going to take you in a really good direction. It looks blurry. Yeah, I totally know what you mean. Lurking sort of underneath in the unknowns and in the shadows, we had for you the Knight of Coins. And this guy is very steady, slow-moving, and stable. This is somebody who I picture being cautious, not throwing caution to the wind, so to speak, and not taking huge financial risks. This is somebody who might go for the sure thing. So this is interesting energy to be aware of, and it might mean that what you need to do is...
What you doing?
I'm sorry, honey. I'm easily distracted for some reason.
Sorry,
right now.
No, I know he's literally climbing on me.
But yeah, I really feel like you're moving in the right direction, but there is a slight perspective shift. You may need to look at something that's going to get you by day to day while you keep your eyes open for that right connection that's going to take you right in, like boom, right into the field that you want to be, right where you want to be headed. Definitely positive and definitely moving in the right direction. Okay. So hopefully that gives you some clarity, but watch for those connections you might be neglecting currently. If you already have relationships with people in your field, look to those. Maybe reach out to some people that have connections in your field and see if there's something basic you can do in like with them or with a company that they know. Does that make sense? Like I feel like there's a ladder thing here, and if you were to walk down a couple rungs on the ladder, you'd find your opportunity there rather than right at neutral. So hopefully that helps give some clarity. Honey, I think they need to go outside.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna take them right now.
Okay.
Okay, so
So what happened with Amanda?
I don't know what happened. So I think that probably.
Oh, I think I've got two different Amandas, but I've got.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. So I think.
Sorry, Amanda.
No, so just back up and do her and then continue.
Okay. Where's the rest of the? Okay.
You had
I thought
a
I
similar
did
question
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's what it was.
Sorry
about that, Amanda.
That's where we both got the idea that she'd already had a reading. It was a similar question, but a completely different person.
Okay. Hit me with your question again, Amanda, if you don't mind. If you can, just because it's hard for me to scroll here. Peggy's gonna take the doggos outside so they stop bugging. Oh, you're welcome, Tammy. Yeah, sometimes it's just about sort of staying the course, but definitely keep your eyes open because I feel like there's something just kind of just in your periphery that you might be overlooking. You are so welcome, Wiley Kylie. Aw, thank you. I did want to check one other comment before I do your reading here, Amanda, because I saw one from somebody I did a reading for, and I wasn't able to read or respond at the time. Oh, it was Kay. Oh, I'm so glad, Kay. Yeah, definitely keep us posted. Okay.
Okay, come here, you.
So is Sean your twin flame, and how do you approach him?
Yeah, it's you troublemakers. Let's go.
I will preface this reading by saying that I have very strong emotional connections with people. I definitely believe in soulmates. I know that twin flame is slightly different from soulmate. There's some distinctions there, but I don't have personal experience with that kind of energy. I've had a friend that's talked to me a little bit about her twin flame experience. So be aware that that's not my history, so I might have more of a grounded or practical approach to the question, but we'll see what comes up. Sometimes the cards surprise me and we'll go from there. I just want to really own where my experience is with those types of questions so that you're aware. But I will look at what the energy is around this relationship with Sean and how to proceed, and we'll just see what comes up. Interesting. Sorry, that must be the worst. You're getting a reading, or like somebody's looking at your doctor's chart, or your doctor's chart. Somebody's looking at your chart and they're like, interesting. And you're like, excuse me, that's a little bit stressful. Here we go. Ow! Oh, I just had to kick the camera because I like fixed my legs and I got a really bad cramp in my calf. That was really horrible. Okay, we're good now. You got the High Priestess as the very first card. Now, interestingly, the first thing that I think of with this card for you in the context of your question is that there's a lot of unknowns still. There's maybe not enough information yet. And almost like mystery and secrets. Either this is somebody that you don't know very well yet and are getting that strong energetic pull towards them, which may be what's kind of pulling you like, oh, hey, is this person my twin flame? High Priestess tells me there is definitely more information that you don't have access to yet. And I hope that that makes sense to you. I've also got here the Five of Swords with Little Red Riding Hood. And I'll be honest, the first thing that pops into my head here is the wolf in Grandma's outfit. And it makes me a little bit concerned about what you don't know might not be great. Like, I kind of am feeling like this unknown or these secrets might turn out to be sort of wolf in sheep's clothing, if that makes sense. I totally know I mixed my metaphors and my stories and all of that stuff, but that's kind of what's popping in my head here, is that I feel like there might be some not great stuff under the surface, something that you don't know. That doesn't have to be a deal breaker, but I think you should go into this situation with wide open eyes and watch for red flags. And if you see red flags or you feel red flags with relation to this specific person, dig deeper before you get too drawn into something that could turn out to be not great for you. And I'm not saying that's like, yes, this is the case, it's not great for you. I'm saying unknowns and then this sort of wolfy, it's given me some not great feelings about some not so good stuff that might be lurking beneath the surface with this relationship. I also, here with the Three of Cups as your third card, am thinking that the surface part of it might be, Madeline, how far did you guys get with the list? We finished the first 10 and then I took another few. So I'm going to breeze through those, and then I'll probably have to call it because I've been on for about an hour and a half now. Actually, a little bit longer than that. The Three of Cups energy, Amanda, is that, when you shared a brief, okay, gotcha. Yeah, so the Three of Cups energy. So this energy to me feels like surface level good times. And I don't want to minimize, but at the same time, I want to be clear that so far the energies I've pulled have been, there's things you don't know that might not be great, but there's some surface level positive stuff. So the stuff that's that you can see feels good, feels connected. Bye, Nina. I'm probably too late, but bye. Sorry about the dentist. I hate going to the dentist. But surface-wise, things feel good, feel connected. There's some sort of something happening there on the surface that feels good. I just feel like there's more beneath the surface to be discovered, and it might not necessarily be the most positive, which isn't like... I'm really careful because I feel like there's a lot that can come across very definitive in readings like this. And correct, no new list happening right... No, Melanie, thank you. Sorry, Sri. We... Taking new list. Oh, yes, sorry, yeah. Yeah, there was I probably worded myself funny. We had taken a few more names as I got closer, as I got past my original stop time, so we extended a bit, but that is definitely full. So I'm going to pull a quick oracle and just see if I can get just a little bit more information for you here, Amanda. It's okay, Ivana. You're still on the list. Innocence. So I have a feeling that whatever connection that there is, it's worthy of exploring, especially if you feel drawn. But keep your eyes wide, wide, wide open and just be aware of any rose-colored glasses. So be aware of viewing the situation or this person through a filter of what you want versus what is. So I really feel like there's a call here to get a little, to dig in a little deeper and get to know this person better. I don't get a definitive answer on this person being a twin flame. If anything, the cards probably lean towards no, but do some more getting to know you stuff if that's what's feeling appropriate for you. And if it's not, that's cool, but that's what I feel like is the next step for you in this particular connection, is more information, getting to know better. Almost every week, Caroline. Almost. I'm kind of spontaneous about it in that I decided the last minute on Mondays based on how the days are going if I'm going to be doing these or not. But I'm aiming for about weekly. Yes, exactly, Amanda. Not idolizing, making sure remember that he's human and get to know him better before you go all in with anything. So definitely, yeah, listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, for sure. That's exactly what I mean. Yeah, perfect. Hopefully that sheds a little bit of light. I know it's not probably very definitive for you, but yeah, good. Good. Hi, Madeline. Often, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it on Monday nights at my time, 5:30 to 6:30 Pacific time. If I'm going to go live on Mondays for readings, that's typically when I've done it. But if you want to be in the loop, make sure that you're in the Supportive Tarot Facebook group, because I will usually, once I decide if I'm going to do it, I'll post it there first. So everybody in the Supportive Tarot group tends to get a bit of a heads up before I do these. So that's the way to know for sure. I don't often commit well in advance because it kind of depends on what we have to do that day. And I sometimes don't know until near the end of the regular working day. So just a little tip. So I have Asha, you gave your spot to Tammy. And then I have a Elabre on here as well. So I think that means Elabre is next. Now Amanda, okay, and we got Kay. So Elabre, if you want to hit me with your question. I will try to go through the rest of the names I have here if I can kind of chug through, at least through Ivana. I can probably get through Ivana, and then after that it's a little iffy. So we will see. Peggy might drag me off of here because doggies have a specific dinner time because Bruno's on insulin. He's got doggy diabetes. Elabre or I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Please hit me with your question in either all caps or hit the @ Supportive Tarot. After Elabre, it will be Melanie Dobbs. I can't read Peggy's handwriting. Oh, perfect, Madeline. So, you know what? I will tell you, though. Shoot, that stupid YouTube bell thing hasn't been working. But, yeah, it'll definitely show if you're checking your subscriptions list. It'll show when I'm live. Dobos. Thank you, Melanie. I was like, I can't read her writing. You're after Elabre. So, if you want to think about your question, if I don't hear from Elabre, you know, why don't we do... I'll give it another second here. But if I don't see Elabre... I don't know why I keep doing this. If I don't see her question, then we'll just be doing you, and then I can circle back to why do I keep doing this to myself? Elabre. Okay. Hi, puppies! Did you guys go outside? Oh, she just clotheslined herself on your computer cord. I've got a doggy now.
That was there. Are you done?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
like,
so Melanie...
You tell me to shut up. It's like, I'm filming. No, you don't do that. You're nice.
I was not mid-reading, so... There we go. Melanie, is now the right time to pursue writing a children's book? Okay, let's see what comes up. Hey, the Fairy Tale Tarot is probably a pretty good deck to have for that question. What's that?
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Okay. Give it a shuffle and a cut, and we will see... So the first card I get here is the Devil, the red shoes. And so I'll start with a question. What is it that you have going on in your life that could be, I want to say this correctly. The first thing I'm thinking is there something in your life right now that you have not dealt with, that you are possibly avoiding dealing with, that will derail you if you start this right now? If so, that's the thing you need to deal with first. And there's a bit of intensity I'm feeling from this card, as if you're kind of trying to like sidestep whatever's happening here. Yes, Peggy, we see you. Such a brat.
Oh, that's not a brat. The brat is like doing like...
The second card that I get for you is the Queen of Wands. You said oh dang. I hope that's a good oh dang. Or like you know what I meant. I have another business you're trying to taper off of. Yeah, so that's very much a... You gotta see some things through before... Because otherwise, I have a feeling that what's going to happen is you're going to start on this project and you're going to feel derailed, or you're going to be distracted in such a way that it's going to sour the experience of the book, of writing the book. The Queen of Wands with Kip the Magic Cat here. Definitely the energy I get here is of, you have, I see the Queen of Wands, this is going to sound so weird. So the Magician is like that energy of you have everything you need, really? You have everything you need to accomplish your goals. And the Queen of Wands, this is going to sound weird, but this is what popped in my head. It's kind of like she swallowed the Magician. So, and then all of that energy has matured. You just earthquaked again. There we go. All of that energy has matured. And so not only do you have all the tools you need to be successful at it if and when the time comes to do it, but if you choose the right timing, yes, Dustin, thank you for that. If you choose the right timing, it's going to be real good. It's going to be real good. So I think here the important thing is
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I'm making your life miserable. Are you glad I came back?
No. I love you. And
I love you, but...
Damn, this freaking card has been in every damn reading, practically. We're getting a lot of follow the heart, open the heart, lead with the heart kind of stuff going on here. But the Page of Cups is the dreamer. And what I feel here, is that what you would rather be doing is focusing on your book right now, because the winding up the business stuff is the not fun, doesn't feel great, tricky to navigate, little bit uncomfortable kind of stuff. And the Page of Cups is like, no, I'm gonna put all my energy over here and start working on the children's book because that would be fun. And I feel like that's the temptation to pull you away from responsibility. But I think focus on this first. I think if you do, then what's going to happen is that you're going to step fully into this Queen of Wands energy, and it's going to be badass. Okay, I shouldn't say that a children's book is going to be badass. It's probably a bad choice of words. But
don't tell the kids what you're calling it. But other than that, it's fine.
It's because the planets are direct and all the full moon energy, right? And I put moon water in my tea from last night that I charged. I spiked my tea with moon water. Yes, it will be. Okay, so you know what I mean. I don't mean it bad.
See, it can be badass. Like I said, just don't say it in front of the kids and you're fine.
This Queen of Wands energy to me is dynamic. It is sovereign and strong. And what's interesting is that what's hiding in the shadow is the world. It is that last piece falling into place. It is that cohesive whole of everything finally coming together, and you're on the right track. You're going to have, I love you, but you got to touch her or something so she stops doing that.
She wants her dinner, and she's not going to take it.
It's not her dinner time. She's got a deal.
Thanks to Bruno, they have a schedule.
Peggy, my troll partner, Caroline says. So there's some clarity for you, Melanie. Timing, not quite, but it's going to be amazing. It is going to be amazing. You just got to see it through, stay the course, and don't give up. But, yeah, finish what you got to finish first so that devil isn't, like, sitting on your shoulder while you're starting. And it's going to be amazeballs.
Ooh, she is mad at me.
She is mad at you. Did you push her off the couch? Be like, stop.
No, I went to pick her up to pet her instead, and she went, you're stupid. You don't understand what I want, and got down.
Shayla, our black dog, is such a princess. You are welcome, Melanie. And Elibra, if you're back, pop in with your question. Otherwise, we are on Ivana. And I think, Ivana, you're going to be my last for tonight. And I'm sorry, guys, but that is all I'm going to have time for tonight. Yeah. So, Ivana and Elibra, if you're here, and that is it, then I have to call it.
The hungry dog follies are going to start. They're on a schedule because Bruno's a diabetic, but they don't like the schedule. So they like to demand food. This starts about half an hour before dinner time.
Hit me with your question, Ivana. Ivana, am I saying your name right? Ivana? Ivana? Yeah. Let me know your question. Yes, you live with dogs. You get it. You can like, I say you can as if like you really want to, but you can like actually go like, you know,
if I get over there, they're going to get louder.
If you start prepping their dinner, they'll shut up.
I'm not going to spend 20 minutes prepping, actually 40 minutes prepping their dinner. They're not even scheduled. They can't eat till 8.
You can't let them bark for the next 10 minutes. That's not going to work either. I love you, but I'm sorry.
Then I can get down and play with them, which means she's going to bark even louder. Oh, our dogs are a special joy at dinner time. If they do this, then we get down and play with them for half an hour or so to distract them and then feed them. But of course, once we're playing with them, the barking is even worse. Oh
finally they landed on the floor. I knew I was going to do it at some point tonight.
She's following Steven around now.
Okay, so full disclosure, I have a message waiting for me from the other business that I have to turn down, and I'm putting it off. Oh, Melanie, that devil, though. You got to deal with that. What?
Do it.
Go rip the Band-Aid off. Don't let that energy come in and follow you. Goodness. Those cards were just like, what? Yes, please, Ivana, go ahead and write the question now, and then I'll do your reading.
Come here, you.
I can't with this. They're driving me crazy.
I know they're driving. Oh, you just okay. You know if I get playing with them, they're gonna get louder and not quieter.
No, that's why I was suggesting starting their dinner. Make some noises like you want. Cheat them. Lie to them.
Cheat them.
Trick them. Just go pretend you're making their dinner. Yes, gaslighting the puppies.
Steven is in his room going, I am glad that I was old enough.
Well, he didn't bark at us when he wanted his food. If your ex will be back. Okay. And Peggy's going to play with them. This is the choice it should be.
That's actually what she was trying to get me to do.
Yes.
So that might help. We'll see. Dogs might be a little distracting. This is why we don't push it this late normally. I wish there was a tarot emoji. Okay, I'm going to focus on your question now, Ivana. I'm going to just basically look at your energy around the relationship right now because I can't give definitive answers like that. Everything is constantly in flux, but I will tell you what's surrounding the relationship right now and kind of what the cards have to say about it, and we'll take it from there, okay? I know that's kind of like generic, but it's what I can do and be like, you know, ethical about it.
You reached a compromise because Shayla's not a diabetic and doesn't have to wait.
Okay. One last shuffle, and we'll see what we can see.
You're on camera. Yeah, a little bit. You're just off camera. We're going to hide.
The man-child's trying to stay out of the camera. Oh, huh, interesting. I just did it again. Every time I pull the High Priestess, I'm like, interesting. It is a really, really cute deck. So the High Priestess... It's a very interesting energy to pull around with the relationship. And the Hanged Man. I'm going to pull that up and show you in a second. And the Eight of Cups. Okay. So I will tell you that what I'm seeing here is a period of time where there's a whole lot of unknowns. The relationship itself is in a state of non-movement or not. That's the Hanged Man is saying too, basically. It's in a stasis position right now. There's not a lot happening. It's not moving forward, but it's also not necessarily moving backward. I do think that what's important about the High Priestess in this context is that you step into your own self-worth and your own confidence as much as possible, because this is calling you to look after yourself, to not be dependent on somebody else for your fulfillment or your happiness, which is a big ask, and I understand that.
Okay.
It's a lot to kind of throw at you, but this is very much about stepping into your power, and the Hanged Man is about just waiting and seeing. This is not the time for rash movement or action on your part, for sure. This is definitely not the time for you to be reaching out to him and trying to pull him back in. Your focus needs to be on you. And lastly, I got here the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is a story about a brother and sister. And the first thing that popped into my head when I pulled this for you was that this is a platonic energy, which tells me that where things are at right this moment, if you wanted a snapshot or a Polaroid of where the emotional energy is right now, it is not at romantic connection right now. That's not what either of your focus is energetically. So energetically, the relationship is at a place where it is not moving in a romantic direction. It is in a place right now where you need to be focusing on you, pausing, taking a step back, getting to know yourself a little bit better, your needs a little bit better, and taking the time out with this hangman energy here to reflect on what serves you best, yourself, your general connecting with other people, and how to go about it in a really, really healthy way. Who is the man child?
That is our youngest son, Stephen.
Yeah, we have two man children. One lives at home right now, and one does not. So
yes, we've had the conversation.
We call them our man kids because they're full adults.
Yeah, they're full adults. They're grown-ass men, and we still want to buy them candy when we go to the store. So they're just man children.
I'm very sorry, but the list is totally, I had a couple names after this. I'm between my aura, but the dogs are going crazy and we need to feed them their dinner, and I did push it about a half an hour longer, but I will make a note of your name, and the next time I go live, if I see you pop in, I will make sure that I get to you. So I will slot you in the next time.
Yeah.
That I go live if you are on. I will try to go on again next Monday, probably around the same time, so around 5:30, and we populate the list around that time. So try to be here around that time if you see me, but it's not a guarantee because I do take these as they come. I'm going to pull one last card here just to tie off the reading here for Ivana. And this is from the Amethyst Oracle. And the card that I pulled for you is Truth. And I feel like at this point you need to take things at face value. In other words, rather than thinking about the unseen, the unprovable information, look to actions, take things at face value. If you're hearing from this person, that's what you want to pay attention to. If you're not hearing from this person, then that's the truth. That is the fact. That is where they're at. They're not at a place where they want to reach out, or they would. So this card is like, take it exactly as you see it. The tarot reading for you was very intentionally focused on telling you to pay attention to yourself right now, that that's where your energy needs to be. And this just echoes that as far as what's coming from anybody else, what you see is what you get. It doesn't go deeper than that for you right now. Right now, it's just face value stuff. Hopefully that gives you some clarity and answers your question. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us. Hello, Kim G. We're just getting ready to sign off. We've got doggy dinner time approaching and dog med time approaching and all of that good stuff. You're welcome, Wiley Kylie. Sorry, poor Peggy didn't get a word in edgewise.
No, that's fine.
I know, I kept like, but I'm in the middle of a reading, but I'm in the middle of a reading the whole time.
You were fine. You were fine. Yeah.
It's not our usual chatty stuff, because once I get focused on readings, I tend to give my full attention to whoever
thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Reading too, but... Okay, Kim G, yes, definitely.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. There's also a Facebook group for Supportive Tarot. Lisa does announce the lives in advance in the group, if that matters to you.
Why the Kylie's going on the Etsy?
Go on the Etsy if you want.
I probably missed all those comments.
Don't forget to use your 10% discount code, Supportive Tarot, at checkout to get 10% off.
Yes.
And
I still finished.
Yeah.
Good timing.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's always the chance that on a good day that we'd be able to take a break, feed the dogs, come back after an hour. So we're not going to promise that every single Monday. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
typically,
not sensible, so. I only really commit to an hour, and then we stretch
how things feel,
depending on how things are going. But the dogs are getting crazy enough now that we definitely have to go. But
and I'm practicing my reading, so maybe we'll have a night where I'll be able to just do a major.
I want to do a volley, like a.
I want to do a giant binge one night, so we just stay on until everybody is thoroughly sick of us.
we just exhaust our
She
audience.
can do one, then I can do one, then she can do one, then I can do one. Go back and forth, or just let you guys choose.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
We'll figure out some. It's okay, Sheila. We'll figure out some major binge thing one day. But for now, we do have to go feed the dogs because they're mouthing.
They're
off
literally
again.
mutinying right now. Like
you have already
she scratched at the tripod. She was like, "What are you doing? Paying attention to that camera and not?"
This is her, but I'm not a diabetic.
Yeah, she's like, "Feed me now."
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night.